There we go. Good clap. And we are back, episode 124, radio voice. A lot of energy because I'm actually super tired, so I'm going to let Daniel do the intro. But we are back. Special guest in the building. Go ahead, talk to him.
Go ahead, Stunner.
I ain't that special no more. I'm a friend of the show.
I was about to say,
friend of the show.
Professional at this point.
Family friend.
You know what I mean? Welcome back to episode 124 of the Show About Nothing, man. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Again, please like, subscribe, and comment. Share, tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell an enemy. You feel what I'm saying? It has been an incredible, eventful about 4 days since we recorded. This is the third episode. Me and Ishtar recording like 5 days or 6 days. So
I've talked to Daniel more than anybody this week.
So we've been working, man. The finals is here. Music is dropping. Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we get into. So it's been a very long weekend for me. I don't know if y'all have ever had an ear infection.
Oh, my God.
But my God.
Yeah.
An ear infection might be the worst thing. All right, let me ask this. This is a great way to start the show. Please like, subscribe, and comment. This is Stunner. I'm Rock. This is Ish. We are the Show About Nothing. We do this every week. Please go to the bio. Go to our YouTube page. You're going to see shorts about something. You're going to see another podcast because this is Nothing ATO, the network.
The network, yeah.
The network, you feel me? So shout out to Chris and Barry. They're on a hiatus this week because happy birthday to Chris.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Happy Rudy Go Burt. Yeah, my boy. Happy Rudy Go Burt.
Yeah, you feel me?
Peace and blessings.
My boy doing it big with the... massages in Jamaica and shit, so he going crazy.
Getting the white cream rubbed on his leg.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He letting the men do it to him. But the first question I got is
Bush out there.
What is the worst non-surgery level injury / sickness?
Man cold, easy. Okay, look, now I'm not gonna say man cold because, like, of course, everyone knows that's like the worst shit ever. But like, not a sprain, not a jam finger, just like you just sick.
You sick or a light injury. Like, it can be a sprained ankle, it can be a broken ankle, a broken femur, or something like that. Oh, yeah. Something along the lines of a sprain or just a type of sickness.
The most immediate pain is a hyperextended knee. I don't care what nobody says. I done hyperextended my knee like 100 times. Jesus. And every single time I do it, it's like a shock go through your body.
Yes, I've done it before.
That shit is
I've done it a couple times, actually. It's the scariest shit in the world because it feels like your leg finna fall off.
You feel me? I did that shit. Did that shit laying in the bed one time. I rolled over and my knee just my leg just bent backwards.
Yeah, you weren't meant to be an athlete, gang. You hyperextended shit.
I'm gonna stay with the legs. I'm gonna go classic Charlie horse. I ain't gonna lie.
I've never had a Charlie horse. I've had cramps. I ain't never had a Charlie horse.
Listen, a Charlie horse is like.
My grandma used to get them bitches all the time.
Listen, we not 10 minutes into the episode, so I can't say what it... I've had Charlie horses stop several activities. Like, we stop, like, yo, time out. Like, yo, go cut me a banana. Like, I'm finna die. Like, I've never got a cramp. You wake up the next day, still feel that bitch.
Hey.
It's like that.
No cap. So, mine, first off, the Charlie horse / cramp is an amazing one. If you decide to take a moment and just walk outside, if you are in the South right now, that is the weather I played football in high school. So you can imagine how many cramps I've caught in my life. Yeah. Bruh, I've caught a double calf cramp. It is the worst shit. I was at basketball camp. It was the 5th game of the day. And I was killing them niggas. My nigga, I went up for a layup. My calf caught. And as I was hopping off the court, my other one caught. And I just, fell over, bro. And, they had to drag me off the court, and I just laid there for, 30 My nigga. It was some of the worst shit. Everybody in the gym was like, oh. And then busted out laughing. Because it was I was good, but it was my nigga.
Yeah.
Worst shit.
Listen, you never getting a Charlie horse is crazy, because I ain't gonna lie. That Charlie horse, that bitch just sit you down.
Have y'all ever caught a cramp in y'all face?
Yeah.
Yes.
That, man. A cramp in your face and a cramp in the bottom of your foot.
On your bottom of your... Boy! The cramp in the bottom of your foot, crazy. Y'all ever caught a stomach cramp while driving?
No. I done caught a hip cramp, trying to get into the... we used to go to Six Flags all the time. We used to have to, it used to be 5 of us in one car. So I'd be in the middle, so I gotta pull my leg over, and it'll be as soon as I...
They should have grabbed you, right?
Man.
Why was you in the middle?
Everybody stop moving. Yeah.
Why was you in the middle?
That's crazy.
But
I was just enjoying the story. I've never sat in the middle of no car.
But
so I'm the only one who ever sat in the middle of a car.
Nah, bro, I'm the middle, bro. I'm the middle son. I definitely sat in the middle.
Yeah.
But my absolute worst thing is an earache. If your ear has ever hurt it, the whole side of your face that your ear hurt just hurt.
Yeah.
Like my nose was hurting.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. But it was hurting yesterday.
The balance be fucked up.
My eyes, it didn't work right.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel like I could see. I didn't feel like I could taste. My whole life was fucked up these past 2 days because of this ear infection. Now, I get swimmer's ear real bad. You know I be swimming. I'm Michael Phelps in the pool. I don't know where this came from. Yeah. Last year, I got it in Miami playing around being a dumbass. This year, I don't know where this came from because I ain't been in the pool.
Yeah.
I ain't been in the pool. I don't get my hair wet in the shower. My face barely get wet. I only wash it like out of the shower and shit. So I was like, I don't know where this earache came from, but dog, I was sat down all weekend. It was the worst pain I've ever had.
I ain't gonna lie, I went to the doctor this morning. Shit, that nigga used the word super pollen. I ain't gonna lie. He looked me right in my face and said that shit at 1 in the afternoon.
What is super pollen?
I was talking to you, and I was like, yeah, you know, global warming, pollen works. He said, yeah, it's like almost super pollen now. It's like, is that a thing? Is that like a medical term?
Yeah, I was about to say, is that real? What the hell?
Yeah, they don't know what's going on either, man.
All right, man. But y'all know why we here. Everybody know why we here. Yesterday at approximately 10:55, we had a new champion crowned in the NBA. Now, this has been an amazing NBA season. It's been a lot of ups and downs, lots of conversations about disbanding the entire NBA when people got super dramatic. Yeah. The ratings are terrible. These guys don't care. Oh, my goodness, we're so dramatic. And like always, after Christmas, All-Star break comes around, everything goes back to normal. With the help of a blockbuster trade where Luka Doncic goes to Los Angeles for Anthony Davis and Jimmy Butler goes to Golden State for essentially nobody.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins, man.
Throughout this season, we've had a lot of storylines that the NBA does a very poor job of pushing forward. But we had the resurgence of a lot of young teams, such as OKC, Houston, Orlando, New York. We also had some veteran guys still show they still got it. KD averaging 26 a game. Steph leading his team through an amazing fight throughout the playoffs. Jimmy Butler as well. LeBron James still doing what he do, the king in year 23 on the way. And we had an historic MVP battle. Historic. Mm-hmm. We had one of the best regular season teams ever led by SGA and his 32 a game. And we had Mr. Jokic, the Joker, averaging a triple-double.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this is one of the best NBA seasons we've had in the past 3 or 4 years. I'm biased, so I'm going to say since Steph won the championship last in 2022. But this playoffs was eventful, full of buzzer beaters from Tyrese Halliburton, full of heartbreak by the Nuggets, full of injury from Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard. We got everything we wanted out of this NBA season, except ESPN caring about the brand of basketball. But last night, like I said, a champion was crowned. SGA was given the final MVP. Stunner, I want to start with you. Just your initial reaction to the new champion and OKC.
I feel like OKC was the most consistent team all season. They've been dominating. They like a grown-ass AAU team. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
They're a grown-ass AAU team. But sometimes in the playoffs, I feel like that got them in trouble. Because even though they're a grown-ass AAU team, they still a young NBA team. So I feel like they still got areas of improvement. Even though they won the championship, I know they're on top of the world. But like even going into next year, I feel like they got some areas they could improve on, like a secondary ball handler when Shea or J-Dub not in the game. Mm-hmm. But they was the best team all season, though. Well, besides, Cleveland had their runs, too. But from start to finish, it was OKC. I felt like talent-wise, they probably should have got Indiana out of there a little quicker, but Indiana played their ass off, man, you know. I think since January 1st, they were one of the best teams in the league.
They were 1 and 2.
Yeah,
they was 1 and 2.
So, I feel like this season we got the matchup of the two best teams in the NBA. I think Indiana was the best team in the East. If Boston was healthy, they probably would have something to say about that, but, you know, Jason Tatum happened. So, yeah, I couldn't complain about it. Everybody was saying the ratings was going to suck and 2 small markets in the finals, you know. It was good basketball, though, so I fucked with it.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, it was lit for me. I had a couple bets out on OKC for the series, so, you know, RP Halliburton, you know, we're going to talk about that later. But when he went down, I was like, yeah, easiest $40 I'll ever make. Yeah, that bet just cashed. But Tyler Burns' injury, it does leave a question mark on it. But like Son said, I feel like this has been the best team all year, most consistent team all year. And I think they're the deepest team, too.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, Case and Wallace being one of your bench guys, like being just a role player, is not a luxury a lot of NBA teams have. Like, he was one of their most consistent shooters in the entire series. But big series from Shea. And it puts him up there. I ain't gonna lie. It put Shea in a different place than he was a month ago.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I got a question to ask you after.
I am extremely happy for OKC. I think this is a season of what Stunner led with, which is consistency. And they showed that there is a new archetype, a new build to teams in the NBA, to championship teams. And I won't even say new, we're just reinventing. We're just,
right.
History is repeating itself, I should say, with dynamic wings, an elite guard, and 2 or 3 bigs that you can rotate, and you can play big, you can play small, you can play multiple style, win multiple fights in multiple different ways. I am really want to hone in, though, on the defensive side of the ball and speak to how incredible of a performance and a defensive masterclass they just put on throughout this playoffs and in the finals, specifically in them third quarters. That defense is suffocating. And SGA is the superstar, but the star of that team is their defense. It's just the truth. Yeah. That defense is different. Yesterday, Tyrese went down, and you saw the shock from both teams. And that's why the game didn't blow open immediately, was because both teams were like, what the hell just happened?
That's satisfying.
But after halftime, when they went back in that locker room and they was like, hey gang, we got something to finish. Yep. They came out of that third quarter, and it looked like Indiana could not score the basketball. Yeah. It looked like a college team playing a professional team, like, we're not letting you score. Yeah. TJ McConnell from 8:32 in the third quarter to mid-fourth quarter was the only person on the Pacers with the field goal. Yeah. Their defense this year, this playoffs, was incredible. Congratulations to OKC, Mark Dagnall with his first championship. And Stunner, go ahead with the question.
I wanted to ask y'all, since you said Shea, we could put Shea in some different conversations now. Mm-hmm. Is Shea, like, I know he plays point guard, but when we look at him from an all-time scope, are we putting him up against point guards?
I gotta put him in point guard, right? Like, I feel like
he plays that, but he's not a point guard.
Listen, 12 assists in the last game.
He had 0 in one of them as well.
That is very true.
He had 2 assists and like 8 turnovers in game 6. He's a phenomenal player, and this is why I don't like the whole positional thing, because like he's just not a point guard. He just has the ball all game. Okay. It's different.
It reminds me of kind of like the Harden thing.
Steph a little bit too. Because you remember people used to be like, Draymond sets up the offense, high Steph Curry the point guard, but it's like he's not a shooting guard either. He plays point guard.
Literally. I think it's hard with, especially for SGA, because he is still 6'6".
Right.
So he can play point guard. Like, they can bring just Alex Caruso in and he play point. And you saw them move him off the ball a lot. But I think historically he's going to be looked at as like a point guard, shooting guard.
I feel like when we do like rankings like that, we should go away from traditional positions and just do the 3 categories: guards all together, wings all together, and bigs.
I agree with you. To answer your question, he's a point guard, right? Because when they show the lineups, they say point guard. Right. That is how he will be categorized. Right. Because I agree with you. Harden should be in point guard conversations now. Right. James Harden has been a point guard. Exactly. Right. But because he came in, and when you first got to know James Harden, it said shooting guard next to his name, that is how we look at him. Right. It's similar to, if you really, really, really wanted to, you could say Bron is a point guard. Yeah. But he came in as a small forward. We call him that. I could see, because earlier you said, I think OKC can get better, and you need them to get a backup point guard. Right. If you remember last year, after they lost to Dallas, I said they should go try to get Darius Garland or another 16, 15 a game point guard to go next to SGA to get the ball out of his hand because he would be a much more prolific scorer and defender if he didn't also have to control the offense.
Right.
That being said, I do think you could see a position change similar to James Harden with him where he goes to a predominant two guard because OKC looked the best with Alex Caruso running the show this playoff series. Right. All playoffs.
Right.
When Alex Caruso came in the game, took over as a point guard, Shea went to 2, J-Dub went to 3, Chet was at 4, Isaiah Hartenstein was at 5, or they had Jordan and went small and Chet was at the 5.
Right.
That was their best lineup. It is the lineup they closed with a lot, and it is a lineup that when they needed a bucket, Caruso got the ball, and they ran extra for J-Dub and SGA on the wings. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think he should be a shooting guard. I think we should look at him as a shooting guard. But they're going to look at him as a point guard because it says it next to his name. Gotcha. But we did a little bit on LKC. We're going to flip back and forth. We have to address the elephant in the room. Unfortunately, especially Stunner, one of Stunner's favorite players, one of the rising stars in the NBA, a guy that I really became a fan of this playoffs. I'm not a hater. I don't hate many people, except for Emmanuel Acho, but I really, really have grown to love Tyrese Halliburton. So, reaction to the torn Achilles that was announced earlier today.
I ain't gonna lie, that was probably one of the saddest sports moments. Like, Tatum, okay, like, I don't want to take anything away from Tatum injury. But, like, yeah, Tatum tore his Achilles, but he didn't tear his Achilles in Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Like, he hit the ground and first of all, ESPN showed it 40 times. They showed it at the end of the first quarter, the end of the second quarter, going into the third quarter.
In the middle of the first quarter, second quarter. Like
every single TV timeout, like they usually got a highlight. It would be an OKC highlight and Halliburton tearing his fucking Achilles. Like, but in that moment, you gotta feel terrible for him. Because I don't know if people remember, but going into Game 6, like they kind of asked him about it. He was like, "Yeah, I understand the risk, but like it's the finals. Like you play your whole career just to get a chance to be in one."
Yep.
Right. So it's like, how do you ask him not to play? But also, it's so sad because it's just like the KD thing. Like you're juiced up, you locked in, you on enough medicine, you can't even feel your calf. You don't even know if it's really hurting. So you can't really gauge or protect yourself from injury. He playing so far back, he's about to explode and just give out.
Stunner.
Man, Tyrese, you know. Stunner Skills Academy alumnus. You know, I've been riding with Reese since he was in Sacramento, man. That's my dog, man.
Inaugural class of the Stunner Skills Academy.
Inaugural class of the Stunner Skills Academy. I felt terrible for my dog because it's just like, damn.
Yeah.
And then to see him, because when he first turned the ball over, I thought he was like mad because he turned the ball over. And then they like took the camera back to him and he like crying, smacking the ground saying, no. Like, I feel like he knew like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm cooking.
Yeah.
I may never. I feel like his whole career damn near flashed in front of his eyes as soon as it happened.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm literally right here.
Yeah.
It's Game 7 of the finals. I don't care how good you are at basketball. Every kid who has ever picked up a basketball has dreamed about playing in a Game 7 of the finals. Yeah. He's living out everybody's dream. And to tear your Achilles is one thing, but to do it 5 minutes into Game 7.
Thank you.
Why? I understand if you tear your Achilles like in the fourth quarter, we're down 10. You barely even got a taste of Game 7.
Man.
You hit 3 threes. You probably feel like you finna go on the heater.
Man.
Hit the most threes on anybody on the Pacers.
He played 5 minutes.
Had the most threes on the team.
It was sad, man. And I had tweeted out either earlier today or last night. It was like him smacking the ground and KD staring off into space when they tore their Achilles. Those are two of the saddest sports memories in my head that I ever remember, especially with basketball. Because it's like both of them just had a like, damn, this really just happened to me reaction. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I feel like both of them knew the risk. Like, my calf is hurting. I got a strain. And I remember saying it to y'all after Game 5 or whatever. Like, they were showing when his calf popped in Game 5. Like, when they were saying he strained it.
Yeah.
They kept showing the video of it happening. And I was like, okay, I can see it pop right there.
Yeah.
it's a chance that it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just like it's unfortunate, man. You hate that happen to anybody, but especially the star of the team in Game 7. You could tell them boys that look like they even want to play.
Suck the air out the room.
Dead ass, man. Out the arena, out the room, out of the living room you was in.
Yeah,
everywhere, man.
Yeah. We even had a homeboy say, man, hopefully he'd go sit on the bench and give him a spar.
Listen. Before Daniel goes, bro. Hold on. Before Daniel goes. Only because it's this nigga birthday, bro. Only because it's
Happy
nigga
Rudy
birthday.
Go birthday, my boy.
Chris texted our group chat and said, yo, I'm finna say something stupid. And that's what I should have known. That's what I should have known. Anytime your homie leave with, yo, this might sound stupid, he finna tell you the dumbest fucking shit in the world. But that's your man, so he don't want you to.
Because he probably said it to himself like 3 or 4 times. Like,
yeah.
Should I even send this?
You know, he typed it. He was like, nah, let me type it another way.
let me see if it's another way I can put it.
Yeah, I gotta type it another way. He said, yo, just for like the emotional support, like, yo, Halliburton should go sit on the end of the bench. Keep in mind, his
and cheer his guys on.
Like, we're in the second quarter. Like,
he literally tore his Achilles 30 minutes ago.
Yo, like,
we talking about a 12-month recovery process.
And he said, go sit Tyrese Halliburton big ass in them little fucking folding chairs.
Tyrese Halliburton is 6'5".
Yo, in them little folding chairs.
Little folding chairs they put out for your graduation.
First of all, do you know how much pain he must be in right now? Like,
he can't feel his foot.
Hey, once that adrenaline wear off, and he's sitting back in the back, and his body calmed down.
Might need a shot of tequila,
man. Bro, we're not lying. Like Chris asked this question in the middle of halftime, was like, he should go sit on the bench with his guys.
My immediate thought was like some Larry David, like Curb Your Enthusiasm shit. Like, could you imagine like Alex Caruso just dive for a loose ball in the corner? And land on Tyrese Halliburton, ruptured Achilles.
Chris asked Tyrese Halliburton to do some shit he ain't never seen no human do.
Nobody
has
ever done that.
Fucking professional athlete, you ain't seen a nigga twist his ankle and go sit on a bench at a rec department, nigga. What is wrong with you, my nigga? Like,
first of all, I ain't gonna lie. Aside from him physically not being able to do it, he's probably respected Tyrese Halliburton because I would be doing the same thing. He probably back there bawling his fucking eyes.
What?
Bro, what? He is back there fucking.
Probably.
I would have cried that entire game.
Bro, like, yo, and they need me. They need me so bad.
I would have been crying so hard that I probably would have been better throwing up.
Yeah.
No,
I would have been physically sick, like to my stomach.
Yes. Yeah, oh yeah. But I was sick for him.
That's sick, man.
First off, I was so hurt. Just to piggyback off of what these guys said, man. Obviously, we do a podcast about sports and music and a lot of other things, so we care about sports. But I don't think y'all understand like how much this shit really means to us. And like, Stunna be mad that like I be a bandwagon fan, and it's not even that I'm a bandwagon fan. It's just like when I fuck with a nigga, I want them niggas to win,
right?
And it don't even be like. It won't even be on like, I don't care about the Baltimore Ravens, but I love Lamar Jackson so much, bro. I want to see him get to that ultimate victory. Mm-hmm. And I love sports so much when we get moments like a OKC Indiana finals and I don't care about who's winning. I just want the star players to win and perform well because I love the moment. I love sport. I love the competitive nature, the fans, everything about this shit I love. So to see the best player on a team rip his Achilles in half 5 minutes into Game 7 ruined my entire night. I couldn't enjoy the game the same. I didn't have the same energy after the injury. Like, it really messed me up as much as it could without it actually being me. I don't think anybody in the world, athlete, non-athlete, other than Kevin Durant, can halfway feel what Tyrese felt yesterday. Kevin Durant can't even fully feel what he felt because Kevin Durant was a 2-time champion. And it wasn't Game 7.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton just led his team to one of the most unexpected final runs we have ever seen in the NBA. Indiana is, at this point, 43 minutes away from finishing off the greatest season in their franchise history in which he led every step of the way.
Yeah.
he has his family there. He has his loved ones there. And 5 minutes into the game, a career-altering injury happens. As Stunner just said, if this happens with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter and you down 8 or you up 8, you can live with that. 5 minutes into the game, this shit ruins your psyche until you can walk again. So I just feel for him. The game wasn't the same. If for those asking, does this put an asterisk on the OKC championship? Absolutely not. You play who you play. Shit happens. Injuries happens. It's a war of attrition. So please don't take anything away from OKC. But damn, man, like I really wish we could have got the full scope of what we were supposed to get because, like Stunner said, he came out on fire. Like it said, he had 3 threes that led his team in threes, and he came out with 7 minutes left in the game. Yeah. Like in the first quarter, excuse me. So I think we were about to get an all-time matchup between Shea and Tyrese, and it was going to be a matchup that the world needed to see because it wasn't going to be pretty. It wasn't going to be built on efficiency. Shea was 29-12 last night, 29-12-5 last night, on 8 for 27 shooting, and no one cares. Yeah. You know why? Because you go down swinging. And they both look like they were ready to go down swinging. Tyrese coming out the game also really affected Pascal Siakam because he sets up a lot of his offense for him, and he plays within the flow of the offense. Pascal Siakam isn't a guy that can catch the ball with 10 eyes looking at him and make something happen. He's a guy that catches it on the move, makes a quick move, or catches it in the post where you know a double isn't coming and makes a quick move and gets a shot off. So it really affected Siakam's game, and obviously the rest of that just trickled down to the rest of the team. So prayers to Tyrese, a speedy recovery, and I hope that Tyrese is able to come back at even better than he was when he fell down last night. But that brings us to the question of the day and the topic of the NBA. 8 torn Achilles this year, most in NBA's history by far. Mm-hmm. We had 3 this playoffs, and 3 of the 8 were all on the Pacers. Yeah. And an insane injury almost reminds you of the ACL epidemic of the mid-2010s. What is you guys' solution to help these NBA players and help the NBA prevent these career-altering injuries? Because it's not like you tore your meniscus and you'll be back at Christmas. Yeah. Damian Lillard, Jason Tatum, and Tyrese Halliburton will not touch a basketball floor until the 2027 NBA season.
Damn. That's crazy.
That is
What
crazy.
does the NBA do about this?
I think that you're just playing too much basketball. I really do think that. And a lot of people push back on this because, like, they'll say, Mike played 82 games. Like, Kareem, they played all these games. But with the pace and space and the way you just play defense now, not even just the stuff you run on offense, the ground you have to cover on defense, players run such farther distances. And as you progress over the season, over a series, over a month, I think that starts to add up. I really feel like that. I think 60 games, of course, we always talk about, like, shortening the NBA season. I think 60 games is the happy medium, but I don't think it is long-term viable to play. Like, the game is just getting faster. Yeah. It's going to keep getting faster. It's more spread. And you see it's going up as the game is speeding up.
Yep. Right.
And the Pacers, who play the fastest, had the most.
Right.
So, definitely.
It's done.
I think one thing we'll see from now on is, like, teams being more cautious with calf strains. Because I think Gilbert Arenas said that he talked to Tatum and Dame after they got hurt. And they both said that their calf was hurting before they tore their Achilles. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's a trickle-down effect. What it said makes a lot of sense. It's just unfortunate because, like, even if you do, like, reduce the amount of games, it's still going to happen.
Yeah, it's still going to happen to people, yeah.
It's just like, I don't know if you can. It's like, even like with the ACLs, it's not something that you just can fix. Mm-hmm. The way the game is played, the speed, and it's a lot of wear and tear on bodies at this point.
Yeah.
So it's like, you just got to hope it don't happen to you.
I have a couple of solutions for this. One won't happen. The second one might happen, but not next year. And the third one should happen. So the first one is to the parents. Y'all got to stop letting y'all kid play basketball year round. Oh, yeah. It's not normal, bro.
Yeah.
AAU basketball is the start of all of these injuries.
Yeah.
When we was kids, and I know professional athletes, I know like people that followed this routine. So this isn't just some podcast niggas when Mike's talking. Like I've watched this happen. When we was kids, you played high school basketball from October to about February if your team was really good. Mm-hmm. And then you play AAU from about end of March, April through August. Mm-hmm. And that was it. They are playing basketball from January to January now. Yeah. There is no off season. The season ends in February of high school, and you're going straight into AAU practices because and then with AAU, you playing 2 games on Friday, 3-4 games on Saturday, 2-3 games on Sunday every weekend from 12 to 20. I mean, from 12 to 18. Like, what?
And listen,
and some of them starting at 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, listen, and it's no trainers on the AAU bus, buddy. It's no NBA trainers. Like, hey, you good?
They doing all of this, eating McDonald's, going back to the trenches, eating oodles and noodles, dog.
Like what we know about plyometrics. Like, think about like how the way niggas like get to AAU games. You just play 7 basketball games in 24 hours, and then they stuff you in the back of a fucking some regular nigga's truck where y'all are. Like somebody stuck in the middle. You feel me? Y'all stuck, like bunched up. Y'all just ran 4 miles, and now you can't even stretch your legs on the ride back home.
Exactly.
You're on the back of some niggas' Ultima. Like.
For 6-7 years, dog. So, and I know some of the upper echelon AAU teams are getting special treatment, but a lot of these guys are not, and a lot of these NBA players you see are not coming from upper echelon teams because they get too much money too fast. Right. But the second option, and this is something I think may happen, but it may not happen until the new CBA agreement. But they should extend the regular season and change the months they play in. Make the regular season December to August. It adds an extra month of the year. It actually, adds an extra month on the season. And the bulk of your season from the end of February to the end of August is all your capital. Nothing else is on because baseball regular season is only for super diehard baseball fans. Mm-hmm. The people that casually watch baseball don't start watching till September, October. Right. So you have the entire summer as the main major market. Do you know how much better Saturday night, Sunday afternoon basketball games are in July and August, in June? In June, you got a Sunday afternoon game at 3:30, and then at a day party, and the Lakers and Warriors playing, the OKC and Nuggets playing. Right. That changes your ratings. It changes the health. And now, instead of 3 games in 4 nights, 4 games in 6 nights, you don't have to have any of those games. You don't have to have any of that type in your schedule. You can play 2-3 games a week, and everybody is fresh come playoff time. The third thing. You have to change the playoff schedule, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You can't have these guys in the Western Conference playing the highest level of basketball you can possibly play or as a human playing every other day.
Yeah, it's a day for a month.
At this pace, this fast, 40 minutes a night, you can't have that. You cannot. It is not sustainable. You will continue to see these injuries. Now, some of you are like, the schedule was like this forever. First off, it was not. They did not used to play the Western Conference Finals every other day. That is a very new thing. And secondly, like it said, the pace of the game is so much different. When Kobe and Mike and Kareem was playing, well, really Kobe and Kareem, the pace kind of sped back up in the 90s and slowed back down in the 2000s. But when they were playing, they were walking the ball up the floor. Yeah. It was a lot slower. You throwing it into your big. Right. I saw 2 or 3 trainers where there's new moves you're doing out of pivots you didn't even do. So you're putting different strains on your muscle they weren't putting on in the 90s and 2000s. Yep. So those are my 3 things the NBA should look at doing. The first is to the parents, you have to change. Secondly, the NBA should extend their season from extend and change their season from December to August. And third, please change the playoff schedule. Yeah. But I don't, like Stunner said, in the next few years, I don't see any of this changing.
Oh, yeah, no.
I think it's going to take another season of 8-9 torn Achilles and 2-3 more, unfortunately, I hate having you have to say this, but 2-3 more superstars going down in the manner that Jason Tatum and the rest of them went down.
Yeah, no, that I 1,000% agree. And like Stunner said, it's kind of like, It's like, yeah, we can make this car as safe as we want. Like, some people are going to get hurt in car crashes. Right. Like, it's just so much physicality. The athletes are so big. The people are so fast. And unfortunately, we do see this. Some bodies just aren't meant to move certain ways.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And what you do on the basketball court, like Daniel said, you're not supposed to move that certain way, that violently, that fast. Like, that's why when D-Rose...
Every other day.
Literally, like, D-Rose's legs were so strong, they broke themselves. Like, so...
Yeah. It's the same thing that happened with Russ and his knees. Like, Russ was just too powerful. Like,
he played so many straight games.
Dog. Like,
he didn't miss a game in high school, college.
Yeah, fuck back.
Dog. Go watch young Russ, bro. Yeah. Watch how fast and how hard he planted on the ground when he was going up from the dunks, dog.
Listen, no player in NBA history looks like young Russ Westbrook.
No.
Not a single person.
Not one. I love that statement because it's a lot of, you can put these highlights together and they look, no one. No one would look zero, boy.
Who you think?
Derrick Rose.
Nah.
I feel like, I would say Derrick Rose. Like, I'm not going to say he looked like him. I would say he could match his athleticism because Derrick Rose had better body control going as fast as he was.
I agree with that, but...
Russ was like super duper athletic and out of control as hell.
That's
what made it look so much cooler.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why nobody ever looked like him, because Russ did not have to have body control.
Yes.
Russ didn't want body control. Russ wanted to go through you.
If we're going to be honest, I don't know if Russ ever has those knee injuries if Patrick Beverly doesn't crash into him on that. Russ a freak of nature. Russ was crazy. Yeah. I feel like when people talk about the whole, basketball, football thing.
Yeah.
He's at the top of the list.
If Russ was playing strong safety in the NFL.
Boy.
Like,
listen, thank God that boy put the helmet down.
Boy.
If Russ was playing strong safety in the NFL.
That nigga catch Justin Jefferson over the middle, man.
Bro, what are we talking about, man?
Shit.
He got a 40-inch vert.
I want to say why I say no one looks like Russ is because you were speaking to more of like the execution of their skill. I am just speaking like, if you just put like a silhouette of these players, no one's gonna look as forceful and as powerful and as fast as he does doing the shit he does.
He look like a bullet every play.
Yeah, I think
he was a creator. If you go on 2K and create a point guard and put his speed at 99, jumping ability at 99, shooting at 55.
Midi 80 though.
You know what I'm saying? Midi 80. My dog Midi was so cast before they started having him lift too many weights.
Yep. 2012, 2011, about 2015.
Bro, I used to love that shit, bro. They had that shit. They had that shit right on 2K too. They had it on 2K where you would be like, you just run up Midi.
Nah, shout out to Russ.
Pure demon Russ, bro.
Yeah, y'all know that's my favorite player.
Yeah, shout out OKC Legends. Is Shea the best? Is Shea the face of Oklahoma City from now on?
It's over.
Kevin Durant, especially not the best basketball player on any team he's played on. Kawhi argument.
KD the best player to ever put on the Nets jersey.
Yeah, well,
shout out Jason Kidd. Shout out Jason Kidd.
Dr. J played for the Nets.
Yeah, that's cool. Kevin Durant is the best player to ever put on the Nets.
Jason Kidd also took them to a finals too.
Yeah, that's cool. Shout out Jason Kidd. Shout out Dr. J. Kevin Durant is the best player. Kevin Durant is the best player to ever put on a Brooklyn Nets.
Does Brooklyn retire his jersey?
Yeah, I know how I feel about because you know how that boy feel about boy. Don't make me get up. Don't make me start doing it. I start talking about it. But
why you trade Kyrie to the Lakers? Bing bong.
Why you no trade Kyrie to the Lakers? Okay, but y'all know how I feel about KD, but. It's right.
No. He's the best player to ever put on an OKC jersey. He's not the greatest.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I mean. Like he like the
yes.
Oh, listen.
Shea is the greatest.
I was gonna say
player.
I don't think Shea would be top 2 best players to ever play in OKC.
I don't think Shea is better than Prime Russ. I don't.
I don't think he's better than Prime Russ or KD.
I don't.
Y'all know Russ is my favorite player. But like Shea did just.
Okay,
Shea just did it all.
So let me say something. Let me say something though.
And this team is better than any team that Russ ever had after KD left.
Let me say something. Because that was my first point. Was what does 2016, 2015 Russ look like with this addition, this coach, and this NBA?
You got a point. You got a great
Look at who's around and think about 2016 and think about where he would rank amongst players. There's no Prime Steph. There's no KD. None of that. It's this NBA with 2016 Russ.
He'd definitely be, yeah.
Secondly, the difference between Shea and Russ is decision making and strictly decision making. So it's similar to our Bradley Beal and Klay Thompson argument, where I know your point about Bradley Beal was the prime argument. This is an old argument we're rehashing, but. The Bradley Beal was his skill set, just what he looked like playing basketball was better. That's what I'm saying with Russ. It's just Russ was too dominant. You couldn't stop him from getting to the hole. In his prime, when he could shoot, he was 35% from the three. He played defense harder than everybody. He was everywhere on the court, averaging a triple-double. That version of Russell Westbrook with this version of OKC and an Alex Caruso next to him to get the ball out of his hand and slow the tempo, we might get the same result.
This is why
Russ was a bad one.
That's a bad.
Listen.
That's a bad dog.
Niggas know I'm the ring culture guy. Niggas know I'm the winning guy.
Right.
Listen, I watched Russell Westbrook on a court with Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh be the best player in the NBA Finals
for 48 minutes.
And it's one of the best finals games ever. That's not an exaggeration. That is one of the best individual finals performances ever. Like Russ' peak was so otherworldly, bro. Like.
No, Russ was crazy. Oh my god, it almost brings tears to my eyes.
Yo, listen, it's nobody like
that's my favorite.
There will never be another Brody.
Yeah, shout out, man. I love you, right?
Since we here, I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. Oklahoma City would have beat Miami in 2012 if they called the foul at the end of game 2.
Oh, okay.
If they called the foul at the end of game 2, OKC wins that series.
Okay. I 1,000% agree with you. I 1,000% agree with you.
What
I
foul?
thought
What foul?
LeBron definitely pushed Kevin Durant.
Absolutely pushed him. Yes, I know exactly.
I understand why they didn't call it. You don't want to. You don't want the rest.
Listen, play through it. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, play through it.
Yep,
I ain't gonna lie.
But
if they do call that foul,
yeah,
the course of NBA history is so different.
yeah. And if James Harden wasn't a bitch,
Yeah,
that
James Harden was.
All right.
Lord.
So we got the. So they know. What is our answer officially? Shea is the greatest OKC player, but not the best?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I completely agree.
Shea is now OKC GOAT.
Now, is OKC going to become a dynasty?
No. Hell no.
Why?
San Antonio.
Hey, listen. Hey, preach your man.
That's the only reason.
Preach your man.
How fast you think San Antonio?
OKC better get another championship next year, because after that it's wraps.
Listen, let's go check the Twitter. We will be a championship contending team next year. If Dylan Harper is close to the player Dylan Harper is, he's going to be our 4th to 5th best player.
Y'all just need a power forward. Shout out Jeremy Sochan. Sohan. However you say it.
Sochan, yeah. I'm not a big Jeremy. I'm a big Jeremy guy, but I think we do need a power forward too.
That's why I really wanted y'all to get KD. Like, no, I
want to see. Yeah, listen, niggas, everybody hype about the KD trade. It's been real quiet in Milwaukee. It's been real.
I don't think y'all gonna do that. I don't think y'all gonna do that. Not this summer. It will have to be at the trade deadline.
I ain't go. I swing on it right now.
Would you give up? So you giving up number 2?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's go back here when we get to KD in Houston. Let's stay with the dynasty.
Gotcha.
The dynasty.
Yeah. I think
because I wanted to get there. Yeah.
First of all, I think Houston could be scary next year.
I think Houston's a better version of OKC now.
I think Houston could be scary if Amen Thompson takes the leap that I think he can take it. If he can start playing how I play with him on 2K, please, they're winning the championship next year.
Listen, I think the Rockets are a better version of OKC today. I think if this Rockets team played OKC, I think they would be better than them. I feel like they're a bunch of great wings, a bunch of great defenders surrounded by one scoring hub.
Okay.
But the difference is the Rockets defenders are way fucking better. Way better, way more athletic, better coach.
They so athletic.
More championship experience.
They're so
the Rockets are ridiculous on paper.
So I want to leave room for the OKC dynasty to happen.
Okay.
I want to give them a chance, and I want to say it's a strong maybe. Mm-hmm. If I had to put in a bet on Prize Picks, does OKC start a dynasty? Does it start a dynasty, and in 10 years we're looking at them as a dynastic team? I would bet no. There has been 7 new champions in a row. To add to that, no champion has gotten out of the second round.
Yeah, nobody's even defended their title yet.
So I find it hard to believe that OKC wins 3 of the next 6. You got to get to 3.
Yeah.
So even if they go back to back, you still can't call them a dynasty. And then, like you said, here comes San Antonio What does Jokic do? Where is Giannis at? There are so many things. And
Jalen Johnson and Zachary Richardson.
Come on now. Come on.
Listen. The Lakers won't be bad forever.
The Lakers
will not be bad forever. Throw the Lakers in
there. Exactly. So it's so much room for parity in the NBA. I find it hard to believe they are a dynasty. I would right now today pick them to come out of the West next year. They will re-sign Shea. Everybody be quiet. And listen to me when I say
say this number.
If you are doing anything in your home, in your car, stop driving and just listen to me. SGA, the last 2 years of his contract, will be making over $70 million a year. Mm-hmm. Shea is about to sign a 5-year, $330 million extension.
Jesus Christ.
J-Dub and Chet will also be re-signed to just about max contracts. Mm-hmm. All three of them will be locked up for the next 5 years. If you go look at the dynasty of the Spurs and the dynasty of the Lakers and the dynasty of the Warriors and the dynasty of the Bulls, the core stayed together, the pieces around them evolved. So they have the pieces in play to have this dynastic run. Lou Dort won't be there forever. Caruso won't be there forever. Hartenstein won't be there forever. But that core three will stay together. And that was just the second youngest team to win a championship in NBA history.
I have a question about
so it absolutely can happen, but if I was a betting man, I would say no.
I got a question about the point you just made.
What's up?
About the other dynasties and how the core stayed together. Mm-hmm. Now we all like Shea. Just had a phenomenal season. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Those other dynasties, besides maybe the Warriors, so the Spurs,
Lakers, Bulls.
Never mind.
What are you about to say?
I was gonna say that all the other dynasties all had the undisputed best player in the league, but Tim Duncan was never the undisputed best player in the league.
Yeah,
Shaq and MJ were.
Yeah,
I don't know if Shea is undisputed best player in the league.
I agree with your point because the Spurs dynasty, it was kind of over 20 years.
Yeah.
Kobe,
that's why
Shaq
some people say that were the Spurs actually a dynasty because of they won a lot, but they didn't win them like back to. They never went back to back, and people argue about stuff.
I say they're a dynasty because they won 3 in 5 years. Okay, so that puts you in dynasty. You won 5 in like 17, and then 3 and 5 in the middle of that, and it was 10 championships from 2000 to 2010. The Lakers won 5, the Spurs won 3.
Right.
So the Spurs are more of an empire than a dynasty.
Well, listen, 3 and 5 years. 3 and 5 years is like it's right on the edge.
Yeah, that's why I would call them an empire because of how long it lasted.
And then you got the last one in 14, 14 years.
99 from 14 is crazy.
Yeah, 1,000%. But I agree with your point, and I think that's the reason I don't think they're going to be a dynasty because, like, Shaq and Kobe, the last team to three-peat for a reason.
Yeah, like it's hard to do.
It's hard. Like
impossible.
Steph, KD, and Clay, Draymond, the best team ever, did not three-peat. We believe it's because of injury.
But it's a war of attrition. You have to stay healthy.
It's hard, bro. Like I was joking in the 2K league. This nigga was like, Tyler Burton, the most clutch player ever. I was like, LeBron more clutch because his Achilles wouldn't have popped. Like,
hey man, you got a point. You got a point.
Like Mike played in all them games.
Yeah,
was always there.
You feel me?
Like the best ability is availability.
Exactly. So. All right, so last hot take question. Actually, probably not. We got a lot to get through, but this is fun for me. The East, we have no idea what is happening in Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. But let's say for the sake of this conversation, Giannis is out west. Mm-hmm. As we get to KD, I will explain why that's not happening. But for the sake of this argument, Giannis is out west, and the East is as is with Boston, no Tatum, Milwaukee, no Dame, Indiana, no Tyrese. Who is coming out of the East next year?
New York.
Knicks? You being serious?
Dead serious.
Okay.
Who are they going?
I really like the Magic.
I would too.
I really like the Magic.
If they had more than one person in their starting five who could shoot.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't like the Magic more than the Cavs.
I hate the Cavs.
I hate the Magic.
You know who?
I don't. The Magic.
Are we giving everybody health right now?
Everybody's healthy.
Philadelphia.
Not even close.
Oh no, they're not healthy. No. That's they said Joel Embiid may have to medically retire. They're not healthy until he walks on the basketball.
If he does that,
court.
then of course not. But if we're giving everybody clear health right now,
listen, 2021 Joel Embiid could walk through the door. He's not touching the finals. It's not in him.
You're crazy.
It's not in him.
Who would stop him?
Him. I watched John Collins stop him. It's not in him.
That's not what happened.
It's not in him.
As a Hawks fan,
he broke the record for missed shots in a row. It's not. It's not. He is like. That's why I love that. I feel like
it's different now, because Tyrese Maxey is a bad boy.
Jared
McCain is a bad. If they take, well, they're not taking Ace Bailey. They're probably gonna take VJ Edgecombe on Wednesday.
Listen, they could do it, but Tyrese Maxey would be the best player on that team.
This is what I would say, and why I agree with Ish on that is you take on the personality of your best player.
Yeah,
it's the reason.
Yeah.
OKC was this fast-paced team that never lost confidence. Tyrese. Yeah. It was the reason. I said OKC, but Indiana. And then it was a reason OKC was even killed. They never lost anything, and they were consistent.
Farming and shit.
SGA. Yeah. Like, the team takes on the personality of your best player, and when your best player is someone of Joel Embiid who has never taken accountability, every time after a playoff series, it's this didn't happen, I need more help, this, and this.
You're right.
And then you put Paul George next to him. I don't see how that succeeds.
Are they still coached by Doc Rivers? Or is that Milwaukee?
That's Milwaukee. Okay. But, yeah, Nick Nurse is their coach, who I like.
Poor Nick Nurse, boy.
Paul George and Joel Embiid being the focal point of your franchise, I don't see how two guys who have a loser's mentality become winners overnight in a East with New York. New York is my pick. I'm just here to argue.
I just said I hate Orlando. I would pick Orlando to beat the 76ers in 6.
Not if they're healthy. If you could promise me Joel Embiid plays 55 games next year and is healthy throughout the playoffs, I definitely think they can win the East. But I know it's not going to happen. You know,
I would have to see the way he moves at this point in his career, especially on defense.
Yeah,
because
they say he might have to have a hip replacement.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he can't move at all.
They got to break his hip to straighten his knee.
Like some people, like, dog, niggas his size not supposed to move like that, bro. It is just what it is, bro. He's just not supposed to be moving. He's just not supposed to be moving at this size. And underrated part about this, sorry, but he didn't grow up playing basketball.
Yeah,
I was just about to say.
He didn't have a basketball body.
Exactly.
Yeah. He was trying to force his body to become a basketball body too late. So
agreed. That's a great point. And what that means, Joel Embiid didn't play until he was 16, just in case y'all are new NBA fans or something like that. Joel Embiid did not start playing basketball until he was 16. Mm-hmm. And so Joel Embiid was already 6'8" before he started doing anything athletic.
Right.
When your body doesn't develop and your bones don't develop in that manner, you're more prone to injury. It would be like if somebody started playing football at 16 versus 8. You're probably going to more likely get hurt if you start playing football that late.
I want to officially put this as my answer. The Indiana Pacers.
Please. Cut it out.
Listen,
you don't lose a Stunner Skills Academy representative and think you just finna repeat your success.
If the Pacers played the Knicks today, who do you think will win?
The Knicks.
The Knicks.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. The Pacers are like I'm still on that. I don't want to call it the devil magic or the team chemistry, whatever they got, but like,
no, that's cool. But like when you lose your All NBA caliber guard, it's like,
I think you're underrating how important Tyrese is to that team.
And Miles Turner probably won't be there.
No, I think regular season wise, it would, and of course in the playoffs they would miss him a lot. But would I trust that Pacers team without Tyrese Haliburton more than the Knicks?
The Knicks? No.
Is Cat coming back?
Why would you trust me? Well, I mean, he's under contract right now.
But
Knicks roster the same?
Cat was great. The Knicks roster was great.
Well, the thing is, they have two people on defense that cannot be on the court versus Pacers. That's why they lost. They didn't lose because Jalen.
That's with Tyrese. But TJ McConnell drastically changes.
The whole offense was different when TJ was running.
And for context, it's not. So listen, somebody else is going to be on that team. They're not just going to run it as is. But if given the options of the East, like the 76ers, I wouldn't trust them. The Knicks, not really. Cavs, not really. Magic, like of all the teams in the East, the Pacers, I still trust the most situationally.
How do you trust the Pacers more without Tyrese?
Oh, no, I don't trust them more without. I just feel like
I'm talking about more than the Knicks without Tyrese when you saw what the Knicks were capable of doing. And secondly, who was the Knicks coach in this scenario? Because that changes a lot for
That's a good point. I mean,
is the Knicks coach Mike Malone?
The coach is important, of course.
Let's say, for the sake of argument, the coach is Roby. He knows ball. Roby knows
coach
ball.
is Roby. Pacers in 3. I ain't gonna lie.
Shout out to Roby.
Roby ain't gonna get them there for the 4th game. Like Roby gonna dip out. But
when he trade OG and Cat for KD, it's gonna get serious.
That's my thing with the Knicks is we have a giant question looking at the Knicks. Like the same way they're like, can you win with Luka on the court? Mm-hmm. Can you win with a 6'1" point guard and a 6'10" power forward who will not play defense? Can you compete at the highest level with that? No matter what, that flaw is going to be there.
Yeah.
Well, the question really is, can you get out of the East that is completely depleted with that? And that, to me, is yes.
Okay.
You're not asking me for a healthy East. No. But no one in the East is healthy. And I like the Knicks, the experience. And with everyone out as is for next year, I will say Jalen Brunson is the best player in the East next year.
I'm going to tell you this.
Again, Giannis is not in the East in this conversation.
I'm going to tell you this.
I have another one.
Who said Orlando?
Me.
That's a great point. I just thought about that. If Desmond Bane can be 21, 22, if I just need Paolo to play like he's 6'10", 250 pounds all the time.
Yes.
See, that I agree. It's so the Magic and the Knicks for me are like the same team, just with different problems. The Magic fatal flaw is they don't want to admit Franz and Paolo cannot work together until somebody decides to shoot.
Yeah.
Somebody has to shoot on their team. Does Desmond Bane help with that? Yes,
but he don't fix it.
But it's Desmond Bane, and he don't fix it. Like, he's not going to play 48 minutes with them. Yeah. Who would you trust more? The Celtics with this core, no Tatum, or the Magic? And the Celtics don't blow it up. We're talking Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Drew Holiday. They won't have Al because Al's going to hang it up, but Porzingis.
I'm going to be 100% honest. I think Paolo is better than Jaylen Brown.
I do too.
I do.
I think they will have the best player on the court in that series. I think.
Who's the Magic coach?
JB Booker. I mean, Jamal Moses. They look alike, so I'll be getting them.
I think.
They both black. You know.
I think Derek White and I think Jalen Suggs is Derek White like I think he is Derek White when he was in San Antonio. That's
a high bar because Derek White came to like Boston with a lot of devil magic. Like it wasn't just like he was playing good defense. Like Derek White was jacking threes, like doing a bunch of nut shit once he got to Boston.
But like I think Jalen Suggs had a 37-38% from three.
I think he fits that archetype, but kind of like the Caruso thing, like those are like super role players.
Right. I wish Orlando would have got an actual point guard.
1,000%.
Like the acquisition of Desmond Bane is cool, but I don't think they have anybody to run their offense or calm everybody down when things start going wrong. Because things are going to go wrong.
That was my point about Orlando. Was I'm picking Orlando with the asterisk they add a point guard, and for those of you yelling, they paid T Suggs 5 years, $190 million. I do know that. I'm not saying they have to trade him, but they have to trade two of their role players and get an actual point guard to do exactly what Stun has said. Because T. Suggs works a lot better in his role if he's coming off the bench.
Right.
T. Suggs is able to. Jalen Suggs.
Yeah. Shout out T. Sizzle.
I'm talking about Terrell Suggs, bro. I'm so ready for football.
Baltimore. Listen, Patriot legend.
Baltimore University. Patriot legend. But yeah, Jalen Suggs becomes much better if he is coming off of the bench and running your bench and getting to kind of play that Jamal Crawford-esque role and getting to just wreak havoc, come off, and then maybe close a few games here and there. Yeah. They need a point guard to run the show, and they're the best team in the East. Why do I think that? Desmond Bane is a 28-game shooting guard on 50, 40, 90, essentially. Mm-hmm. What else do you want out of your two guard that's supposed to be your third best player? That's one of the best third options in basketball.
Not a slouch on defense either.
He's not a slouch on defense for sure.
And he's played high level competitive basketball.
Played in playoffs, played in moments.
Paolo has top 5 in the world potential. I don't know if he ever lives up to it, but his game, his body, his build is top 5 level.
Yeah.
Franz is number 2 option on a championship team level, and they have who is their center?
Wendell Carter.
Wendell Carter. They have the other Wagner too.
Badadzi.
I don't love that.
Goga can play.
They have the other Wagner too. They have both Wagners.
Yeah, Mo.
They do have
I
Mo.
think he tore his ACL last year or something.
Yeah. They do have Mo. Wendell, I like, but he a little soft for me. I don't really like soft bigs, but they're big enough to rebound in spite of having a great center. So a point guard changes everything for Orlando, and they would be my pick to come out. But right now, with everything as is, New York would be my pick to come out the East.
I would pick Orlando to compete for the championship. If you called Chicago and say, "Yo, listen, we'll give you friends, give us Kobe White, Lonzo, and a pick back."
I don't think they got a version of Lonzo already.
Who?
Anthony Black.
Nah.
He's better than Lonzo. Now that I think about
You
it.
crazy as a motherfucker.
Anthony Black can't.
crazy as a
Anthony Black
motherfucker.
can't manage the team. Lonzo can manage the team.
I seen Anthony Black outplay Trae Young in a play-in game. That's all I'm saying.
We done seen a lot of niggas outplay Trae Young in the
Yeah,
game.
I ain't worried about that.
That's the one he got thrown out of?
Yeah,
I like the
because of Anthony Black
Yeah, but like...
and Davion Mitchell outplayed Trae Young too.
show did.
Shout out Davion Mitchell, Georgia Southern legend.
I do want to say
Or West Georgia, I don't know which one.
I need to add something to that point guard. He needs to be a veteran point guard. That team is already young enough.
They super young.
So that is why I like Lonzo over Anthony Black, because Lonzo, although he's been hurt and he's not super old, he still brings a veteran, an older guy, and a more mature guy that won't let the moment get too big for him. Anthony Black is young and hasn't played in any big games, so you get into that second round playoff series against Cleveland in Game 6, and they screaming and they yelling, and you need to get into a certain setting. Your mind is flustered. I don't think Lonzo goes through that.
And that nigga had a witch pass for too long. I don't think he's serious. But one more hot take for the East before we change. Listen, Brandon Miller take that leap.
No.
Brandon Miller take that leap in Charlotte.
Absolutely not.
Listen, I like the
If
pieces.
we calling Philly losers.
Maybe out of the play-in, maybe shit. That's about
Listen,
it.
I ain't listen. I like the ceiling for the Hornets.
I
If they could get good role players there, I like the ceiling.
If we were just talking about I think somebody said Jalen Brunson was the best player in the East.
Yeah.
Well, if Giannis isn't out there, I don't believe that's true.
Who's it?
Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is that boy.
What I listen and shout out Barry, bro, because
And the way you said the 6'1" point guard, Cade Cunningham is 6'8", 6'7".
I 1000% agree, but I feel like especially like just to put these two players next to each other. It's like Cade could be on a team that was like the worst team ever, but listen, Cade, upstanding guy, you know, with the Duke, we like Cade, quiet guy. So when they finally
Okay, State.
okay, say who am I thinking of? The Duke? Apollo. Yeah. But once they finally get a good roster around him and they get to the playoffs, it's like, oh yeah, Cade up next. LaMelo's better than Cade.
No, man,
No,
stop.
Yes, he
Cut it
is,
out.
bro.
Cut it out.
Yes, he is, bro.
Get on out of here.
Why
with
is he
that.
not?
Cut it out.
Why is he not?
What does he do better than him?
Shoot, pass, dribble, create, all that.
He doesn't dribble better than him.
He don't dribble better than Cade.
He passes better than
He
him.
don't dribble better than Cade.
He just look cooler doing
He
it.
just looks.
He don't.
He has a more herky jerk handle, so of course he looks
Bro,
better.
listen, LaMelo and Cade handles not nowhere. Come on, right now.
Cade just don't.
Cade don't got that wiggle.
because he doesn't.
That doesn't
try
mean
to.
that you have a better handle because you have wiggle.
Cade
That's
is
two
an actual
different things.
big body.
Yeah.
LaMelo bigger than Cade.
But
Melo
little.
is tall. He's not a big body.
Yeah.
Though. Melo not trying to put nobody in the post. Cade will walk your ass down to the block.
Which is why the handle.
You want to know? I got a hot take for Detroit. If they could add who was their shooting guard this season? I know they have
Malik Beasley.
Jaden Ivey got hurt. He was their starting shooting guard at first.
Yeah.
If they could somehow get rid of Jaden Ivey and bring in Anthony Simons,
Jesus
they would
Christ.
be one of these scariest teams.
Listen, that Portland team,
That's cold.
that
That's
entire
cold.
Portland
That's
roster
cold. That's
is
cold.
like that team on the My League niggas got to rip off. Like that entire Portland roster has niggas that should not be there. Like Anthony Simons, I'm glad you said his name.
Because I wanted him to be in Orlando for the longest. I
Fam.
wanted him to be in Orlando for the last 2-3 years.
It's damn near not a team I don't like Anthony Simons. Like
Anthony
Nigga.
Simons is
Yo,
so good
that
at
nigga
basketball.
just said something with that
Bro,
one.
shout out
that
Anthony
one
Simons
was
is so
cold.
good at if Detroit could find a
Yeah.
way to get Anthony Simons and put him next to Cade and that defensive infrastructure they already got,
Yeah.
That'd be disgusting.
But you are right. Portland got so many pieces that can help contenders, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Money Kamara. UGA's finest.
What's the big on a number 33 on their name? Number 33 on the Portland. He's the big because I saw a trade that had not the other one. He's skinny. He light skinned.
To Money Kamara.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, that was him.
Him and I saw a trade
in the league.
for him and Shaden Sharp to the Warriors. I said, Lord have mercy, I'll throw up. I'll throw up right now.
Sharp is so.
Bruh, that team got so many pieces,
They
bruh.
have so many pieces that, and I don't know why they're so bad.
Listen, look at their roster. They should be good.
They should be good.
No, but to be fair, if they're in the East, that's a 7 seed.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they're in the East, I mean, they won like they almost won 40
What
games.
pick do they have this year?
Not high. They won like 34 games, I think.
Yeah, because they went crazy in the second half of the season. Because everybody thought they were going.
Draft board is loading.
Listen, if Scoot could take a leap, but
Portland, damn, I'm all the way at 11. Yeah, they got the 11th pick. They ain't got shit. That's terrible.
Who could they get at 11 that I like? I like Carter Bryant. No, that's a conversation for later on.
Yeah,
shout out Every.
All right,
But yeah, if Anthony Simons could find his way to Detroit.
I love that. And Detroit is my sleeper team out west. I still think they need one more year, but I love everything they do in Detroit. Shout out to Barry always. And Cade is absolutely better than LaMelo. And I was on you that Cade was better than Jalen Brunson until I saw them play in the playoffs. I'm willing to go to their next playoffs, but Jalen earned that this playoffs. Yeah. So that's why I won't go there.
Listen, my hope is I like Brandon Miller a lot. Brandon Miller's a great player. The East is shit.
Why do you think LaMelo is better than Cade Cunningham?
I've watched. He is. It's just at basketball. There's like on the basketball court. It's very few things Cade does better than LaMelo. He just plays in Charlotte.
So now listen.
Yeah.
When you say that Klay Thompson is better
I was
than Bradley,
about to go right there.
Say that Klay
Is
Thompson.
wait. Is Cade Cunningham with one playoff run under his belt, the 4-time champion in this?
No.
LaMelo doesn't
I'm
have
gonna let you
anything
finish. I'm gonna let you go
against
see. I'm gonna see what you say. Let him finish.
Okay.
Let him land.
I think I feel like Cade is just 1 year ahead of LaMelo. Like he was on one of the worst teams in the league in a place nowhere thought he would be good. Like the Hornets are one player away from being a playoff team. It's not like the Hornets aren't trying, but when you have Grant Williams and Mark Williams as your front court, you're gonna be bad.
Mark Williams is valuable.
Not Mark Williams. Mark Williams the Lakers nigga, right?
Yeah.
Well, he missed half the season. Like,
And who else missed half the season?
You did just tell us that
The best availability is.
You know what I'm saying? You did just tell
That
us
was about to be my first point. Just in case y'all didn't understand what we're saying, LaMelo is always hurt. That is my first point.
That's fair.
Secondly,
listen, you don't play through that wrist injury in Charlotte, though. Listen, you don't play through that sprain in Charlotte.
fair.
Though.
I give you that. I think you're doing the Bradley Beal Klay Thompson argument, and I think you're looking at an aesthetic versus an actual player. Cade Cunningham is a more effective, more dominant, and more productive NBA player than LaMelo Ball is. LaMelo Ball, high turnover, low efficiency, and does not impact winning. He's a horrific defender, not a bad defender. He's a horrific defender.
Cade is actually good.
He's a good shooter, but he's extremely streaky, and he shoots in a way where he can't get his.
Cade is a bad shooter.
He can't get his shot off in get certain defenders because of how he shoots.
Against who?
Against defenders that get up in his grill and get under him like a Lou Dort or Alex Caruso.
Too short.
I'm absolutely not because he starts his shot from here for one, and he has a dip with his shot. So even if he catches it if he catches and shoot, he's going down up. Some people can shoot a no dip 3, and he does it off the dribble, which is something I really think he's gonna fix this offseason because he's young and he has room to grow. But if you watch his game when he shoots pull-ups, he'll watch him do a step back. He'll step back, he'll dip, and then he goes up. Yeah. Watch Harden or Curry do a step back. It's a step back straight into his shot. So that little tick makes it harder to get his shot off against tough pressure. I just think right now, you're right. They are a year apart. Mm-hmm. It's room to grow. In 3-4 years, I think this is a better argument. But right now, Cade is just the more mature and efficient player right now.
Cade shot 36% from 3 this year.
Listen, congrats. I watched.
He was second in the league in the NBA in assists too.
Beautiful, but. Like
you can't just ignore all of that.
I know, but I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not taking anything away from Cade. I'm just saying the gap between him and difference in coverage.
I think the gap is huge.
See, that's the thing. The difference in coverage between Cade and LaMelo is the thing I have a problem with because if LaMelo was not named LaMelo Ball, nobody would talk about him like that.
I think people love LaMelo Ball. They just want to see him.
No. Anytime someone brings up LaMelo Ball, they instantly call him a loser.
LaMelo cold. Don't get
it twisted. But my biggest thing is like Daniel said, he doesn't impact winning. Like, how would we know at this point in Charlotte? How would we know? Like,
Because
it would be like
losers.
but it would be like last year when the Pistons didn't win 20 games the entire season. Like, Cade don't impact
And then
winning.
Cade became an All-NBA level performer.
No,
everything changed.
See, that's my.
They got a new
I
coach.
watched him will them to games.
They got a new coach, and he took 2 leaps.
Did
he took
Cade,
2 leaps in one
did
offseason.
Cade take a leap? Absolutely. Is that roster a million times better than it was before?
No.
What? Amon before All-Star Thompson, who was the best player he played with before?
All-Star Thompson was on the team the year they won 20 games.
Yeah.
This is his second year.
Yeah. So
He didn't take a leap last year.
that was the first year. That was the first
they
year
was
we're talking about. The
missing
20.
No, last year were they winning 19 games or was the year before?
That was last year.
What was the year before?
This is a
his third-
2025 season.
What season is he on?
Who? Cade?
3 or 2?
Cade.
Yeah.
4.
Cade is on year 4.
Yes.
He
that's
came in with
what-
Jalen Green.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like the beginning,
hold on, time
the
out,
beginning
time out.
of his career.
LaMelo Ball is older than Cade.
Yes.
I agree.
I'm just
I
not
1,000.
putting that
That's what I'm saying. I think. Listen, what I'm saying is these niggas are like a nickel and a shiny nickel. They are like very close to each other. So if
I think Cade is the top 5 point guard in the NBA.
in
five?
Top 5. I will put
Who's
Cade.
who's the 5?
Shea, Luka, Steph.
He better than Halliburton.
Yes,
easily.
I think he is.
He better than Brunson.
I would take him. Him and Brunson on my 4 and my 5. I think LaMelo is closer to Trae Young and Darius Garland.
Yeah.
Around the back end. Is LaMelo better than De'Aaron Fox?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take him over De'Aaron.
Why is he not better than De'Aaron Fox?
NBA.com, your app sucks, by the way.
De'Aaron Fox is a bad.
Absolutely, but like
Cade is nice, but Cade is like, I don't know. It's just missing something. It's a level of. I mean, not Cade.
LaMelo.
LaMelo is nice, but it's like a level of nobody on the court can guard me that I don't see from him consistently. I see that all the time from Cade.
I don't see that from Cade. I feel like they guarded him very well in the next series. I feel like he struggled to score. That's why they
No,
lost.
he missed shots that he usually makes.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
But it wasn't like, they were stopping him from getting to his spots, though. He
Well,
was
I
getting
mean,
where he
listen,
wanted to go.
yeah, but like in the playoffs, the shots you're taking are the shots that sometimes they just have to allow you to take. Like,
Right.
I don't think Cade creates shots for himself and others nearly as well as LaMelo does. But with the LaMelo thing, it's like one, we'll probably never know because the nigga plays in Charlotte.
Right.
He'll never play.
He's
anywhere
getting out of
serious.
Charlotte.
He's probably not getting out of Charlotte.
LeVar already begging him to get traded to the Clippers online. So I think he will be out of Charlotte if not before this year in the end of next year.
And this is kind of tough for Cade because Cade doesn't have a brother in the NBA. But I just fail to believe that one of the best like basketball minds we have at PG grew up 5 feet down the door from him, and he just don't know how to play winning basketball. Like I just don't believe it.
We never seen Lonzo play too much winning basketball.
I will say that
No, listen, that stretch with him and Caruso was healthy on the Bulls. They were great.
this year Cade is 26, 5, and 9, second in the league in assists, and that is on 46% shooting from the field and 36 from three. And that is in 70 games played. In 47 games played by LaMelo Ball, he has a 25 a game, 7.5 assists, 40% from the field, and 33% from the three.
That's literally what I'm saying. Them niggas are twins. Cade put up 26 and 9. LaMelo's 25 and 7. It's not like I'm comparing
That's a gap in the
you
NBA.
would have to
Come
like
on.
actually like.
That's a gap in the
First
NBA.
of all,
And
Cade
40.
averaging 9 assists with nobody who can shoot besides Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. is crazy.
First of all, Malik Beasley was one of the best shooters
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
entire
saying.
season.
He's the only player on that roster.
LaMelo's passing to Grant Williams.
Who's a shooter? 46.
Grant Williams a shooter?
46%.
Shout out
from
Alicia.
three.
Shout out Alicia.
46%. 46 from the field versus 40% from the field is a big difference. 38%, 36% from the 3-point line versus 33 throughout a regular season over
I agree.
70 games over a 47 sample size is a very big difference.
I
So
agree.
I think you're saying their it's a nickel and a shiny nickel. I think it's a penny and a dime.
I wouldn't call him a penny.
No,
but-
I'm not trying to be mean. That's not like
and I'm
just saying that it's a gap,
We
is
hate
what
the
I'm saying.
swap game, but if Cade Cunningham and LaMelo swap, the Pistons wouldn't fall back to what the Pistons were. They would still be a good team.
I
They'd be a good team.
absolutely don't. I do not think they go.
Is he going to play 70 games to lead that team to the playoffs?
I don't even think they get to the. I think they get in the play-in with LaMelo, and that's it. I don't think they're a 6 seed like they were this
Yeah,
year.
their defense probably falls off a little bit because Cade is an actual good defender
Exactly.
and LaMelo is not.
Exactly.
Like and Andrew Wiggins was a bad defender in Minnesota. Yes, when your team is bad, you don't play through injuries. You play 40 games. When your team is bad, you take bad shots and you play worse when you just take.
I don't think your whole argument for him being better can just be, well, his team bad, so he can't do nothing and stuff.
That's not my argument. That's not my argument.
But like Daniel said earlier, the team takes on the you know what I'm saying,
the personality of
the best player.
That's fair.
So Cade being the best player, Cade is a good defender. That's why Detroit is a good defensive team.
Yes, that is why they have a defensive identity. Oscar Thompson was going to be one of the best defenders in the league, no matter if he was on Cade team or not.
Start for them, though.
But
he was out half the year.
Well, listen, he's the one chasing Jalen Brunson around in the conference finals.
He just recovered from his blood.
He's literally chasing Jalen Brunson around in the conference finals. Like, I understand what y'all saying.
Cade's out in that chair too, though.
Yeah, listen, yes, he did take his turn, but Cade isn't the best defender on the Pistons.
No, he's not.
There are several amazing defenders on the Pistons.
I wouldn't say amazing.
Isaiah Stewart is an amazing shot blocker.
Yeah,
Asar is one of the best on-ball defenders.
I like Jalen Duren, too.
That's two.
Jalen's not a good defender right now.
Jalen Duren is an athletic monster.
He is. He's not a good defender right now.
He's a scary defender.
He's scary as hell.
I'll take your word because I know you be watching young.
He's not. And Jalen Duren is one of my favorite players in the NBA.
And to clarify, the reason I have LaMelo over Cade is because I feel like LaMelo creates better than Cade.
How do you say that when one is averaging 2 more assists over a longer period of time? Like, what is
literally second in the league in assists this year, or third? I don't know if Jokic overtook him, but he was top 3 in the league in assists. He does turn the ball over a lot, but
they both average 4 turnovers.
Yeah, everybody turn the ball over a lot these days.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the turnovers. I just feel like LaMelo creates better. I think LaMelo is undoubtedly a better passer than him, and I think
he's a more flashy passer.
No, he's a better. That is my biggest problem. Like
Cade's passing IQ was just up there.
Like when you talk about
you can't stumble into 9 assists a game.
Listen, first of all,
how do you like? I just want to know the reasoning behind the like. All right, he averages more assists. They both are high turnovers, but he averages more assists, did it over more games, and led his team to more wins playing this way. LaMelo had averaged less assists over less games, and his team was bad. Like, how are you saying he creates better? Just because that's why Stun is like it has to be the flashy passes.
Okay, all right. This would be my response. Shea had 12 assists last game.
Right.
He had 0 assists earlier in the series.
Right.
Was he a better passer in Game 7 than he was in Game 4? No, niggas made shots.
But it wasn't like
when you play with the second best three-point shooter in the entire NBA for the regular season. Yes, I feel like you would have more assists than a nigga who plays with bums his entire season. Yes, I feel like you would have more assists on a better team. Does the counting numbers like him having 1 or 2 more assists provide the big gap for me? For me, the gap is on defense. But as an offensive player, I think LaMelo has a way higher ceiling and is a better offensive player.
But why?
He can create more for himself and others.
I don't think that's true.
They lost because he could not create for other people.
That's not true. They lost because they weren't the better team.
Listen, they played.
And they lost because he shot 17% from 3 in the series. He just had an off shooting series.
Listen,
happens to the best though.
Listen, off shooting series. I'm not taking anything away from him, but that same offense, that same defense that they struggled to score in, another point guard ran them into the ground.
That's true. I'm not saying.
And the other point guard that ran them into the ground plays like LaMelo do. Fast, with the flashy passes, with all that stuff.
Though. LaMelo turns the ball over more than Tyrese.
Tyrese does not turn the ball over.
We gotta.
That's it. But Tyrese also isn't creating shots for himself too. Like I'm not trying to like nitpick in what Cade can't do, but we legit saw a limitation in his game that got that team sent home. All those games were close.
I think it was just a lack of experience situation. For why they lost. I thought they were gonna beat the Knicks in 6.
They should have.
I picked the Knicks.
They were a great matchup for us.
I think we forgetting what Cade Cunningham. You said LaMelo has a higher ceiling. We got to remember Cade Cunningham is 6'8", 225,
and younger than LaMelo.
Okay,
and has played more games already in his NBA career than LaMelo.
We're talking about Cade can literally. Cade is a 3-level scorer. How many you don't see LaMelo make a lot of mid range jumpers? That's not his.
LaMelo's one of the best floaters in the NBA.
But he's not stepping back mid range. He can't. LaMelo he's not walking nobody down to the block
because they play 3 and to the rim, but. Like, that's more of a style. Like, that's the thing. I'm not knocking Cade's style, but we cannot pretend that a different style would have impacted the game more versus the Knicks. Am I right?
But I feel like you judging Cade on a harder scale because of a playoff series.
That's what I'm trying to say.
LaMelo in the playoffs.
I'm not judging. That's the thing. I'm not judging him for it. I'm just like, that's what happened. I'm not knocking him for it. I'm really just saying, like we do with the Luka thing. You can't win playing that way. Cade is trying to win playing that way.
The Luka way? I
wouldn't say that's the Luka.
He's not playing. See, that's the thing. Why is he not playing the Luka way?
Because it's different offenses.
Yeah, I don't think their
What's
offense is as Cade focused as the Mavericks were Luka focused. I do not.
And Cade,
according to what? Because their usage rates
you gotta
really
be,
close.
You got to be that good to even get that type of, you know. You
What do
got to
you
be
mean?
that good to play the Luka way and get to the playoffs.
I agree that Cade is
like LaMelo is good, but Cade is like.
I
feel like LaMelo in a good situation could look as good as Cade.
Cade made his situation good though.
I think Cade has top 5 in the world potential, and LaMelo has top 20 in the world potential.
Yeah.
I think LaMelo can be very good, and the potential you see in LaMelo, I see too. I don't want to sit here and act like I'm trying to trash LaMelo, like you keep saying you're not trying to trash Cade. Mm-hmm. So let's get that out the way. It's the social media shit. You can't argue players that I know without having to throw a fucking caveat like, yo, we're not hating. But I see the potential you see in LaMelo. I just haven't seen it pan out close to what I've seen pan out from Cade. So that is the reason that I'm questioning, like, what are you seeing in LaMelo that makes you think, and this is a rhetorical question, but what are you seeing in LaMelo that makes you think that he's better than Cade at this moment? And I know from listening to you as we've been for years together that the potential you see in LaMelo, because you've been on this LaMelo train since the Warriors should have drafted
still a dog.
So I'm not mad at you, and I don't think you're crazy by this. This is a really good debate, and I can't wait to post this and see what people think. But I would just go Cade right now because you say LaMelo has a higher ceiling. I think Cade has a higher ceiling because of his body type and his play style. So we'll end it there because that was a great one. But let's move on. Actually, one more question on OKC before we get out of here. I'm about to say OKC and SGA at the same time. Is SGA now the best player in the world?
Nah. Sorry, Reggie. You know, if you win the championship, win the MVP, lead the league in scoring, it'll get you in the conversation, but we still gotta have that conversation. I still watch Jokic. I ain't gonna lie, I still watch Jokic.
Well, let's debate because I'm on the other side.
You know what?
Can you be a better player than the nigga who sent you home in the playoffs?
Listen,
I don't want to hear. My God, OKC was so much better. It went 7 games. You had a chance.
I have something to say.
And this is the second year that Jokic got sent home by a younger player that people were asking if he was better than in a game 7. And the year before, it came off of a 20-point comeback after halftime.
Yeah, they also got flooded.
I want to be honest about who Jokic is now.
No. Jokic is that boy. No. Listen to me though. And this might be a hot take. You know, you could post this and get a couple reactions. The best player in the world did not make the playoffs this year.
Who the fuck is he talking about?
The best player in the world is Victor Wembanyama. I don't care what anyone says.
Listen, all right.
I do not care what anyone says.
He been watching the show.
I do not.
He been tapping in.
He a twin. He subbed.
Victor Wembanyama. It's just like I've seen grown men be scared to go up for layups on fast breaks because he is chasing them.
Listen, as the only Spurs fan niggas know, I am tuned into the League Pass. I am watching them stinkers. Listen, the Charlotte Spurs game, that niggas not, listen, I'm tuned in. Wemby is already the best defender in NBA history.
No bullshit.
Really sit with that.
I've heard him say this about 10 times in the past 2 years.
And really sit with that.
Bro.
Listen, you're in your mind thinking, as soon as I said that, you start thinking of names. You're like Scottie Pippen and Dikembe Mutombo and Draymond Green. Hakeem. Yeah, he's better than all of them already. At their best. The best Draymond Green ever was on defense. Wemby might be 3 times better than that nigga.
That shit is disgusting.
The gap between Wemby and everyone else on defense is crazy, and he has a bag on offense. And he's scoring on offense.
All right. The best player in the world is not Victor Wembanyama. Sorry.
No. After next season, he will be.
Oh, I am on board, and in 2 minutes, we're getting to the Spurs in Houston. So save that thought because I have a hot take about that. Kind of to piggyback off of what you said about the dynasty question. But right now, Jokic or SGA, who you going with?
As the best player in the league?
Jokic.
Yeah.
Dyson Daniels.
Oh.
best defender in the league, maybe.
Jokic,
Best
man.
perimeter
Jokic,
defender,
man.
maybe.
Jokic is crazy. Everybody know how much I get a lot of flack on Twitter because I love Jokic so much.
You do.
They tell me I love the Europeans. I love Luka too. You know, they're my boys.
Dogs. They're dogs.
They nice. I can't help it.
Yeah.
They are fun to watch.
That they less melanated. I ain't do that.
Listen, best in the world.
SGA Cole though, man. Shout out SGA.
Listen, SGA Cole, Reggie, look away. I don't know if they beat the Mavs. Sorry, I don't think he's better than Luka. I don't think he's better than Luka. No, like pre-trade Mavs.
Okay.
I don't think he's better than Luka. Personally,
I don't either.
I don't think he's better than Jokic. Gun to my head, say, yo, Ish, you got SGA for Game of Your Life. You got Giannis, Game for Your Life. I'm going honest, like
SGA Cole though, man. It's
amazing player.
All right. I will take the other side of this. SGA is the best player in the world. I feel like we made this best player in the world conversation a little bit too complicated because we got league pass now. And see, the thing is, a lot of people don't understand that in the 2010s, ESPN told you who the best two players was, and that's all you was going to
They used to do an interview. They'd be like, LeBron, who you think the best player in the world? You'd be like, Kobe. Kobe would be like, yeah, I think it's Bron.
That's what it is, baby. We told you who it was. You can debate that. But now we got NBA League Pass, we got Basketball Reference, and we got 99 podcasts and talk shows for you to go watch any opinion you want to be true. Someone is out there saying it.
Exactly.
Right? The best player in the world in 2010, in the 90s and the 80s, if you averaged 33 a game in a season, then went through the playoffs averaging 30 a game, you were efficient, and your team was the best regular season team, the best team in the playoffs, you won the Western Conference Finals MVP, and you won the Finals MVP, and you beat everybody along the way that they said was better than you, you were the best player in the world.
I agree.
It wasn't that complicated.
That's a fact.
Now, you want to talk Luka. I think... All right, I'm going to be honest with y'all about something. I think we're in a weird space of the NBA where it's okay to say there's 4 best players in the world.
Okay.
I think Shea deserves to go first. Okay. But the other 3 names, and I'm going to throw the 5th, who I was arguing the last time we did this conversation, and throw Ant-Man in there. Okay. Those 5 guys are the best players in the world to me. Okay. Those are the 5 best players in the world, and any given night, they can look like the best in the world. You can rank them based on how often they look like the best player in the world, but I think at any given moment, those are the 5 guys. This is me knowing Jason Tatum is injured and leaving him off the
Okay. That was going to be one of my questions.
SGA, though, I just rattled off everything he did. Now, we go compare him to Jokic. Jokic defensively causes so much harm for the Denver Nuggets. It brings him down. It brings him down on my list because some shots some open shots they get are because he was late on his rotation, or because he missed this, or because he was lazy and he gambled when he should have. Because of the defensive liability of him and Luka Doncic, I am putting SG over him because he is no defensive liability, and he has proven to be the offensive players they are. It just looks different.
Right.
And so for those of you that are like, well, the assist and the rebounds and all of that offensive package, then none of you should think Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant are better than LeBron James. Because that's all the argument it is for LeBron James, is he does everything and they're just scorers, et cetera. But when you score in the way and you put the pressure on the defense that SGA does, that Kobe, that Mike did, it creates offense just like LeBron running off a pick and roll, just like Luka coming off a pick and roll. It creates offense in the same manner. It just manifests itself in different ways and doesn't show up in the stat sheet. That's great. So I would argue that although SGA does not average as many as assists as Luka, even though he can, like we saw last night, SGA is as impactful of an offensive player and does create as many shots as Luka and Jokic does. He just manifests himself in different ways. And I saw Giannis as a number 1 seed lose to the A seed Miami Heat when he was by far and away the best player in the series, and you could argue he had the second best player in the series. Whether he did or not, I don't know.
Scared of free throws.
But he was scared of free throws. Yeah. So back to your question about if you had a game for your life, are you going SGA or Giannis? Maybe for the first 35 minutes, I would have said Giannis. But for that fourth quarter, I've seen Giannis not want to touch the ball plenty of times. I've seen Giannis not be able to get a good shot plenty of times. Right. So right now, coming off the championship, conference finals MVP, and the MVP. 3 MVPs in the one season and the scoring title. SGA, the best player in the world, man.
Cold, man.
This would be my retort for a couple of them. First, the SGA defense thing. And I'm glad you brought it up. Because I'm glad they won the championship so we can actually talk about it. The two-way average 30 shit sound great until we get to the NBA Finals and we got to take you off the ball because TJ McConnell was hunting you. There were several games in this series where they were getting hunted and he could not keep anyone in front of him. Is it because Shea's a bad defender? Not close. Is it because Shea's in bad shape and the American system is taking a toll on his body like Luka? No. It's fucking tiring to average 30, 10, and 8 the entire series. Like, I feel like the PR, Luka, and Jokic not as much because being a bad defender at center is much more worse than just being a bad wing defender because no one has, like, what people ask Luka to do, no one has ever done. Right. Ever. There's never been a person in human history to create as much as he's going to create, score as much as he's going to score, and be a A-plus defender on the other side. It's never happened. It will never happen because physically it is too tiring. But to the SGA point of, you averaged 30, he was efficient. Braun, no, he did not.
Against the Cavs? Against the Warriors in 2016?
That's a series, though. I thought that's what you're talking about. Oh, no, I'm talking about, consistently. Consistently because, we've seen Shea lock it up. Mm-hmm. We've seen Shea lock it up, and you can definitely do it in moments, and that's kind of what you want to ask them to do. Mm-hmm. You want to ask them to be great in moments, but, I forgot what I was going to say. What was I saying before that?
You was talking about how you ended with no one, what Luka is doing, no one was asked to do. And then I said up.
No, it's okay. So, just to continue that train of thought, what you're asking Shea to do has to change because, no one's ever going to do it. Oh, I remember now. Boom. So you mentioned Shea, average 30, win the finals, MVP, all of that. In the 90s, you were right. That would make you the best player face of the league. But the difference is, like you said, we've had 7 different champions. 5 or 6 niggas did that shit in the last 5 or 6 years, like you're saying. Giannis, average 30, won the championship. Jokic, average 30, won the championship. Shea, average 30. Tatum was damn near averaging 30. I think what you're saying is right, that it's about 4 or 5 guys you can say is the best in the world. But, and I know Stun is going to piggyback off this, so I'm going to let him finish. I don't think Ant is in that group yet.
Yeah. Not after that Western Conference Finals, Sean. Y'all know Ant my first, second favorite player in the league, but after that Western Conference Finals, you couldn't even get a game off of him. Nah, we can't put him in the best in the world conversations no more.
Shit, that's me. Okay. I disagree with the Ant point. Because
I think Ant has all the talent to be in that conversation.
Okay.
But it's after that Western Conference Finals, though, it was
the last step for Ant, and it's one that you've been waiting for him to. It's kind of funny to see it from the other side because you're how I was with Ant. He's right there.
Yeah.
It's that decision making, play in and play out.
Yeah.
Being able to just manage a game.
Yep.
Because he's at the point where he knows he can get his. Mm-hmm. He's still trying to figure out how can I get Jaden McDaniels his.
Yes.
How can I get these other niggas to keep playing?
That's why they need a point guard who's not 45 years old.
For sure. I've been saying that since we was at Daryl's studio.
That's a fact.
But SGA, why? So the Luka point. The Luka point is the first one I wanted to hit because you keep talking about what they're asking Luka to do is impossible. If you remember, the last time Stunner was on this show, that was part of the reason I was saying SGA, Tatum, and Ant were better than him was because what Luka was doing, was being asked to do, is not possible to win a championship that way. And from that perspective, I'm like, exactly. That is why I think SGA is better because he don't have to do as much as Luka, and he doesn't. What he does is as good as what Luka does in a more efficient and more winning sustain and a more in a way that sustains winning over a longer period of time. That is my critique about Luka, is his play style is his problem, and no one can seem to change his play style because they have talked about how in the Mavericks organization, who was it? Rick Carlisle wanted him to change how he was playing, and they fired him.
Look, listen, so the Rick Carlisle thing, it wasn't just his Luka play style. Like they had it was a lot of front office shit too. Like that,
I did hear that.
It was a lot of front office stuff with that. But the thing with like changing Luka play style, it's like before Kyrie got to Dallas, I was told he'll never get another ball handler because he doesn't want to get a ball up.
Right.
And as soon as Kyrie got to Dallas, they were one of the best teams. The one full season he played with a Hall of Fame ball handler, they went to the finals. And like, is Luka on that Mavericks team? Can he play good enough to beat that Celtics team? Fuck, I don't think so. I don't think they're like, seriously, like going into that series, we were like, do the Mavericks have a chance? We were like, yeah, if Luka averages 40, 10, and 15, like that's one of the best teams in NBA history from a lot of people's point of view. I don't think Shea would have beat that Celtics team last year. I don't think anybody would have been good enough to withstand how great that team was. That's why I feel like that finals loss is so overblown because it's like, we take, you'll never beat this great all-time team to, yeah, you'll just never win that way.
Right.
But
like imagine if, you know what I'm saying? Imagine if Jason Tatum tore his Achilles last year and Indiana is in the finals.
Or if these last four teams.
And does Indiana beat Dallas last year?
absolutely not. No.
All right, so you can win with Luka's play style then.
Wait, you say no?
Well, I said absolutely. I said no. I mean, what did you ask?
I said,
does Indiana beat Dallas? I said no to that.
Okay.
And coulda, woulda, shoulda. Didn't happen. So until it happens, it hasn't happened.
Okay, that's fair.
And so Luka's play style has not worked for anybody. Kobe said it wasn't going to work. Mike couldn't do it. Harden couldn't do it. Bron couldn't do it. So if I'm looking at the Mount Rushmore of basketball, they tried to play this way and it didn't work. Why am I to think you can do it? That's my only point about Luka. We don't have to stay here because I love Luka and I hate getting in these long-ass debates where I'll be talking bad about him because I think Luka is a top 5 player in the world and has best player in the world potential every single day he steps on the court. So I don't want to act like this is a shit on Luka segment. I just think right now SGA deserves to be in front of Luka and Jokic if we're ranking the best players in the NBA. That's it. But let's get into the fun news from the weekends from Game 7. Kevin Durant, man. Hello. Mr. Consistent. Mr. 27 a game on 50, 40, and 90, wherever you go, wherever you at. In New Jersey, he was 29 on 52, 43, and 85. Like, what are we talking about?
Brooklyn Nets KD was so special.
That nigga is different, man. I hate he didn't get a championship in Brooklyn because that foot, man. But unless you've been living on a rock, on yesterday, right before Game 7, KD was traded to the Rockets for Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green, who were sent to the Suns.
And pick number 10.
Of this year's draft.
Andrea.
I absolutely love this trade for both sides, quite frankly. And I want to first say, because I've been asking the questions and like y'all go, I'll go first with this one. I just want to say, look out, Western Conference.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Ish and Stunner got to talking real quick. I said, hold on, let's get there in hour 2. Yeah. We are here. Boy, oh boy, I'm already excited for October, dog.
Yeah.
Houston, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. What you talking about? Yeah. Houston, we got a problem right this time. What you talking about? Just like the strippers in the pandemic. Yeah. KD went to Houston, baby.
KD went to Houston.
You know what I'm talking about.
KD got to work somewhere.
The strippers in the pandemic.
Got to work somewhere, baby.
You got to work somewhere, shawty. But, y'all, reaction to KD in Houston.
Ooh, that's a big gun. That's a big gun they just put on Houston. It's like, especially when you watch them play the Warriors, it's like, man, if they just had one guy that could score, they'd be great. And then you get the greatest scorer in NBA history. And it was like, what'd you lose? Oh, yeah, maybe your worst player in Dylan Brooks. Like okay, like, damn, y'all ain't get Easton, y'all ain't get Jabari. Like, y'all niggas ain't even throw Reed Shepherd in there. Like,
yeah.
That Houston Rockets team is terrifying.
Loaded.
They look like OKC upgraded. They're like OKC upgraded. Şengün, I don't know if he's better than Chet. He looked like it.
KD? He better than Chet.
KD is just as a bucket. Listen, I love SJ. I don't know if I'd ever put anybody bucket for bucket with Kevin Durant.
No one.
I like Alex Caruso a lot. He is not Amen Thompson.
No, he is not.
Who else? Isaiah Hartenstein, amazing guy. He is not Tyrese.
He's not Steven Adams either.
Listen, that Houston Rockets.
Steven Adams will be there next year, though.
Yes, he will. He
Yeah,
already
he
resigned.
signed.
He already did.
Yep.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, they're big, they're strong, they're athletic,
Hey, man,
and
Houston, go get Russ too, please. You know what I'm
just
saying?
count Russ
You know
on
what
the
I'm
team,
saying?
right?
Please
get my
go get him.
dog.
I want him too, gang.
Go get my dog on the
Go
team.
get him.
Let's go out the right way.
Come on now.
The icing on the cake is they're gonna be mean with Ime
Boy,
Udoka.
with
Boy.
Ime-
It's gonna be no smiles,
man.
It's gonna be no smiles with niggas.
Hey, Houston gonna be a motherfucking problem. Stunner.
I think one of the biggest things about this KD trade to the Rockets is Fred VanVleet doesn't have to be the only veteran anymore.
That's a fact.
That's
Like
Yeah.
Fred was the only voice of reason in that locker room. I feel like.
Yeah, with Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green
Like,
running around.
come on, now. If Dylan Brooks is one of your veteran voices, shut up.
Hey, what Draymond say? The dynasty starts after
It
you.
starts after you. Now Memphis didn't fulfill that prophecy, but Houston has a chance to. Like Houston, man, Houston is crazy. Like you said, they kept Jabari, they kept Tari, they kept Reed, and development isn't linear. Like it's no guarantee that all these players are gonna get better or anybody's gonna take a leap. But if they do,
Yeah.
if Cam Whitmore can become 13 a game on great efficiency and off the bench,
Yeah.
if Reed Shepard can become the 40% 3-point shooter that everybody expects him to be,
Play backup point guard.
Yeah.
man. If a man Thompson takes any type of leap offensively, if a man Thompson can shoot 75% from the free throw line,
And then Thompson only got to take a leap. He just got to hop a little.
No,
bit.
so but this is the thing.
Like, that nigga so
if a
good,
man
man.
Thompson can shoot 75% from the free throw line, he might damn near be an all-star next year.
See, this is the thing, because one, he's definitely gonna be an all-star next year, but this is gonna be why the leap he has to take now is so much easier than the leap he
So
was gonna
much
have to take
easier,
with
bro.
Jalen
Thank
Green.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
That
you,
court
bro.
spacing gonna look so different.
Yeah.
Exactly what I was about
He's
to say,
going
bro.
to be cutting, like, Katie's going to be getting double teams. Amen Thompson's jumping into that space. Like,
Yes.
he's going to get so many greasy points now. Like, oh, my
And
God.
so I'm just saying that the Rockets are going to the finals next year, bro. I said all that shit about OKC. That's why I was telling y'all to hold on so I didn't have to spoil the surprise. Yeah. Ain't nobody beating them niggas next year unless Victor Wembanyama take the alien leap he can take. I'm not ruling that out. Yeah. I'm not ruling nothing San Antonio is out. While we're on this conversation, let's hold this while I'm saying it. We'll get to it in a second. Giannis is not going to the West. Giannis cannot go to the West anymore with all of these injuries in the East. He has to stay over there. If Giannis does leave Milwaukee, which I think is a great chance he does not do, it will be to the Knicks or the Nets. Giannis is not leaving the East. Adam Silver can't allow it.
I wish the NBA was more like WWE. Like, he should call that nigga, like, yo, I need $500 million or I'm going to the West. Like, nigga, you need me out here. Like,
blackball him.
Yeah,
Blackball owner. Blackball the commissioner shit. Yeah. But, man, so why I like Houston so much, it starts with Emmy. Mm-hmm. It starts with IU. I'm all right, not going to say that again. It starts with Udoka. He is going to set the perfect tone. Yeah. They're going to be mean and feisty. Yeah. Nothing going to be cute. You're going to walk into Houston and know you just left Houston. Yeah. And it's not going to be because of the strippers. No. You're going to feel that after the game every single time you leave Houston, man. You're going to have to go to the strip club to feel better.
Yeah,
so,
that's a fact.
But what really makes them special and is what makes OKC special and any team you go down that has ever won a championship, you can play in 3 or 4 different styles and still be an A+ team. Yeah, they can have their normal lineup. Their normal starting 5 is going to be Fred, Amon, KD, Jabari, and Şengün. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. You can go big and go Fred, Amon, KD, Şengün, and
Jabari.
Adams and go big like the 2 big lineup, quote unquote.
No.
You can get bigger.
No. You can get bigger.
You can go Amen 1.
Aiming at the 1.
Yeah. I ain't even thought about that. You can go Amen at the 1, KD at the 2, and KD and Jabari 2 and 3.
Listen, you can legit go Amen 1, KD 2, Eason 3, Jabari 4, Şengün 5.
Yep.
That shit is disgusting.
Dog, they have so many. We can do this for 20 more minutes about the different lineups they can put together. Like, Their bench lineup is going to be disgusting defensively. Their starting lineup, their closing lineup. Every lineup is going to have a shot blocker. If you've been watching KD, you know he's a rim protector. If you've been watching KD in Phoenix, he is a rim protector. It's part of the reason Phoenix was so bad because they was asking him to play starting center 60 games out of the year like he's not 36 years old and skinny. So if he has that ability in his bag, him doing that for a full game for 60 games versus 4 minutes in a crucial moment is going to look very different. So if you want to go small because you play in a fast team like Indiana, you can do that with Amon. You can go Amon, Fred, Tyreek, KD at the 5, and whoever. Well, you're never going to have Şengün out the game because KD always going to be at the 4, Şengün always going to be at the 5. Right. Like, it's so many different ways they can play. And if you watch them play the Warriors this year like I did, they were a jump shooter away.
They're a bucket away.
They were a bucket away. It was nothing else they needed. They just needed someone to score. They would play amazing defense, and in that time the Warriors weren't scoring, they would score 6 points. Yeah. So the Warriors would go 3-4 minutes without scoring, but you would only make the lead go from 4 to 10 because you can't score either.
Yeah, literally.
So now that when they go through those defensive spells where they just shut your team down, you just throwing it to KD.
Yo, and bro, this is just more soft skill side of it. All that be physical with KD shit over with. Y'all better not touch that nigga. Y'all better not touch that nigga.
You ain't lying.
It's no more of that late push. That shit PJ Tucker used to do. Listen, Amen Thompson is gonna grab you up. Tari Eason gonna grab you up. Them young. That's why I love this situation for KD. Because he just got to get buckets.
Yeah,
we got defenders, we got facilitators, we got rim protectors. Like, bro, just get your buckets, be a veteran, lead the team. All these other niggas can do all that dirty work.
You ain't even got to be like the LeBron type of leader or the MJ. Or you just got to be a steady voice. Fred is going to be the emotional leader of the team.
Him and Ime, I feel like, are the face of that.
Man.
Yeah.
And
I do have a question about Houston, though. Who do you start at the 4, Jabari or Tari?
I'm starting Tari Eason. Tari Eason and Amen Thompson need to play 35 minutes together every night.
Okay.
I'm starting Tari.
Because I think Jabari and KD. Jabari is KD if you
scale him down.
If he wasn't good.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that.
I'm playing.
If you only had a dub, Jabari Smith is KD.
KD costs $1,000, man. We got 20.
Yeah, we got 20.
Jabari, come on.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, like you mentioned leaps, fam. If Jabari Smith take a leap,
if he learned anything from Kevin Durant,
bro, they're gonna be scary, boy. They are gonna be scary.
And that was my next point: was Amon and Jabari and Tyreek, what they get to learn from Kevin Durant, man.
Oh yeah.
What they about to get to learn from KD, just the little nuances of the game that I can't repeat because I don't know because I'm not friends with KD, dog. Like, man, they're gonna grow so much.
Şengün too.
They're gonna, as you just said, that the leap Amon has to take is different because of KD being there. The leap they were going to take now is a quicker leap just because of who's in the building and who can teach them the things they weren't going to be able to taught these next 3 years that were going to take longer to develop through game action and things of that nature. Now, KD is right there to tell him that. I will say my only problem with the trade, and this isn't a problem, this was just something I probably would have done. I would have kept Dillon over Jabari. Because
it starts out there.
I don't love Jabari's game, if I'm being honest. I think he plays slower than his body allows, and his build allows. Like he tries to play like he's smooth like KD, and he's not. Right. And it's a little too pretty and a little too cute for me. And if you're trying to win now, Dillon was the right move. But I heard from watching all of my shows and everything that this is a report. This isn't something I'm making up. This is a report that the Rockets owners and GMs didn't really want to do this move. It was Udoka who pushed them and was like, nah, we getting KD and we have to do this. Yeah. And that leads me to believe they wanted that young core together, so they wanted to go with the youngest piece that shows you, all right, we needed him to be a superstar. He'll never be that. And then the veteran guy that you can trade, and it was between him and Fred, and Dillon is the right choice.
Right. Shout out Mike Singletary. But Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks can't win with him.
Can't win with him.
Shouldn't have to.
Jalen Green for sure.
Can't coach with
him. No.
I don't think Dillon. I don't think Dillon Brooks.
Giving Dillon Brooks a little bit too much.
I don't like Dillon Brooks' game, bro. I don't.
He's bad.
He's bad. He's an out of control 3-and-D player.
He's bad.
Hey, man, y'all, this isn't something y'all got to convince me. I'm not going to sit here and argue Dylan Brooks should still be in the Houston Rockets.
I was trying to see if we could get you to say something good.
Nah, y'all good. Like, y'all ain't telling me nothing I don't know.
Dylan Brooks ain't.
That's why it was such a steal, because, like, man, if you could have just released Jalen Green, your team was probably better. Like, you could have just cut that nigga. Y'all was better. You took it, arguably your two biggest weaknesses in the core and turned them into Kevin Durant.
Yeah, like, it's amazing. So, my only point and why I said in the soliloquy that for this year and for the immediate future, Dylan was better is simply because of next year, the wing defense would have just been that much better. That's the only reason I'm saying this. It has nothing to do with nothing else other than next year, their wing defense would have been ridiculous if they had Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, I think they got a chance to go to the finals, but it's all up to one.
All right. Y'all get back. Actually, one more question before we go. Not question, just a statement. Boy, oh boy. A Houston OKC Western Conference Finals next year.
Listen, Shay don't want
with
that.
Russ back over on Houston.
Shay don't want
with
that.
With Russ in Houston and KD in Houston with boy.
Listen, Daniel, listen. I think you're gonna appreciate this a lot. Because Daniel, you was on the other end of this. Because I picked the Rockets to get to the finals this year. Because I thought they was that good. Like
you did.
Listen, that Steph Stopper shit niggas was saying about Amen Thompson, it's gonna spread around next year. It's gonna be he the Shea Stopper, he the Cade Stopper. Yep. Listen, it's gonna spread around because he don't discriminate.
No, he do.
That boy don't discriminate.
He's talking about Amen Thompson, by the way. If y'all ain't pick up,
you know the crazy part about a Houston OKC series, they might put Amen on J-Dub and have him just neutralize him. Shea gonna get his 35.
The Belichick?
Yeah, what Bill did to Julio.
Yeah.
Shea gonna get his 35. He gonna get niggas in foul.
Yeah.
Put J-Dub.
Yeah.
I do it again.
Listen, put two bums on Shea.
Do what you was doing the knee Smith to a man Thompson. We dare you to.
That boy's scared. Them two niggas are scared.
They're scary.
And also are terrifying.
They're terrifying, bro. I cannot wait, dog. This is an amazing series.
If they
I'm acting like they playing tomorrow.
if they were to have a series next year, and Houston throws Fred on SGA, Tari on SGA, should even give him a couple fouls. Jabari,
yeah,
give him a couple fouls, a little switch.
All right,
5 minutes left in the game. I'm man, go get him.
Right. Because I doesn't
sound like a good time.
I like OKC a lot. There's nobody over there for KD.
Nothing.
It's nobody over there.
Lou Dort, please.
Way too short.
And the thing about OKC is, they won the championship. I feel like they have times when they soft.
Yeah.
Houston will not have any times where you be like, damn, do they really want to win this game?
Yeah.
No, you're not going to see too much of that.
And so listen, that other Texas team,
San Antonio.
Yeah. Listen, they're gonna be. Listen, we're gonna be very scary.
Y'all are literally building in the same exact mode, except y'all have what everybody wants Chet to be.
Yeah.
Y'all have the actual alien. Like y'all have the Phantom.
Yeah, look, like
yeah, that's what y'all got.
Like, we talk about the Amen Thompson leap, and shout out to this young nigga because he is from Covington, friend of the show. Stephon Cass will take any leap. Any leap.
Are y'all gonna have him play the 3 this year?
I think we'll go 3-guard lineup. I really do. I think we'll go 3 guards.
Because he's big enough for it, pause.
Yeah. I think he'll guard 3s. I think he'll guard 1s. But I think him, Fox, and Harper all need to start.
And then Wemby and who else?
Wemby and Sochan.
Sochan, okay.
Yeah.
I would start Harrison Barnes for the shooting.
I fucking hate Harrison Barnes.
I would start Harrison Barnes for
Who's your bench?
Champagny, Jeremy Sochan, former starters.
Vassell. Yeah, Devin Vassell. Kelvin Johnson is very ass.
Yeah. I think, and we have the 14th pick. So I think, like, the 14th pick, Vassell, Sochan, and when you play 3 guards, that's the thing.
Can stagger their minutes.
That's why I want them to play 3 guards, because it's always going to be one of them out there.
That'd be crazy.
So instead of us really having a bench lineup, it's, all right, Wemby and Harper sit down. Now it's De'Aaron Fox team for the next 3 minutes.
Okay.
And Castle can still be out there.
Exactly.
Okay, so before they get into this, we get into the Spurs. Hey, Houston, don't let 30 do it to you one more time.
No. Don't even.
Don't let 30 do it to you one more time.
Don't
let 30 do it to you one more time, boy.
For your sake, I don't think you want Steph to play them in the play.
No, listen. Do I like their chances versus this Rocket team?
No.
Maybe.
No, I do not. I'm telling you no.
Listen, it's Steph Curry.
I'm just saying, don't let it happen.
They put Draymond Green on KD.
Oh, listen.
I would.
Listen. I'm not picking them. The Warriors have to get much better to even get to the position to play the Rockets. All I'm saying, don't let it happen.
Or
don't let it happen.
And that's the thing. Like that's why I'm saying. Like I don't even want to talk about it. For KD's sake, You can't let Steph put you down.
Dog, you
can get first rounded by anybody else. Please do not let Steph put you down one last time.
They get their 3 seed and the Warriors get the 6 seed and bounce them in the first round for boy. Houston might implode on itself at that.
Yeah, nah.
All right, back to San Antonio for real.
I think, like we mentioned, Wemby's ceiling, like this year was a leap year. The offense took a major jump, and people started learning how to play with him because that was a big problem we had too.
Yeah,
like niggas didn't realize, fam, just throw the ball at the rim.
He's 7'5".
Literally stole the ball. Like Chris Paul, like, and it's crazy because niggas know I hate Chris Paul.
Is he coming back next year?
No, he's going somewhere else. Fuck, he's going to a good team. He's ring chasing.
Chris Paul?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where I saw him.
He's going to OKC.
I think he's going
in OKC.
Yeah, I think he's going to OKC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But Chris Paul, like, I'll never forget this. I forget who was playing. He came off the screen 3-point line, and they blitzed him, and he legit just threw the ball. Like, he didn't throw it. He didn't throw a oop. He didn't throw a corner pass. He literally just threw the ball forward. And Wemby's so big, he would just go get it every time.
7'5".
It's like he changes the dimensions of the court like no one has ever had on offense and defense.
All right, and I want you guys to understand like why they're talking about this guy in this way, because if you're not in tune to the NBA super hard and you just watch the NBA finals and you was like, oh, these niggas is cute and they got a cool ass thumbnail, so we decided to click on this podcast, you're like, why the fuck do they keep talking about this Victor Wembanyama? I'm looking at him and he was hurt last year. He only played 2 seasons.
Nigga blood clotting.
Hey y'all, last year he averaged 24, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocks a game.
He missed how many games he played? How many games he played?
He played 46 games.
Victor had more blocks in those 46 games than Rudy Gobert did his defensive player of the year season.
I'm trying to tell you something. This isn't hyperbole.
Bro.
Victor Wembanyama will change. Remember
it's like,
y'all?
It's like if Aaron Donald played corner too.
Remember
it's like if he also covered tight ends. Like,
remember in 2015 when Steph started shooting from half court and then you looked up in 12 months and niggas was just shooting from half court in every gym you went to throughout the world? Victor Wembanyama is about to do that, but just for the NBA, because it's not Victor Wembanyama's walking around the Little League.
Facts.
But in the NBA, teams will be built to stop and to score around this guy.
Yeah.
That is who he is. He is a complete alien. Stunna earlier said he's the best player in the world already. You can't say that, but by December, we might have to.
Like
by January, February, we might have to. I want to, because he loves young players. He's into the youth sports. He be going crazy. I wanted to talk, I don't know if we have time, but I wanted to talk about the draft for him because he know all the young players. Ish is a real Spurs fan, so he's been eyeing Wemby since he was in France when they knew he was going to get him.
Listen, I paid Azalea Banks for the ritual. Forget the first pick. I broke that chicken carcass down.
I'm completely non-biased in this. What I have seen from Wemby is some of the scariest shit I have ever seen from a basketball player in my entire life. What they're talking about defensively, like they got to create a new stat for him called just won't shoot.
Yeah, scared. Scared.
Scary. Because he turns around and guys that are punching on niggas. Just look at him like,
no, we're going out.
Kick it out. Reset the offense.
Fam, reset. 2-on-1 fast break. Shot doesn't go up.
Reset.
Let's just kick it out. Let's get a better position.
I've seen niggas have a fast break and slow down and set up the offensive play because Victor Wembanyama was the one back on defense. I've never seen.
Man, Victor.
I've been watching basketball for 20 years. I have never seen nobody be on a fast break. 3 people on a fast break, 1 defender.
Yeah.
And stop the fast break.
Leo set it up.
It's like they controller died or something. Like they just stopped running.
And
they don't know what to do.
I want y'all to understand, this isn't like, oh, we went in, we tried to shoot a layup, then we passed it, and we got the ball back and had to reach. No, I had the fast break. Yeah. I didn't attempt to do anything.
I got to the free throw line and I stopped.
Yeah.
I looked around. I went back to half court.
These are other NBA players, dog.
Man, like I saw Wemby.
Grown men making $20 million a year.
Wemby was at the top of the key. Dug on the post. Nigga was on the restricted circle. rip the ball out of his hands. His left foot is on the three-point line.
I know exactly what you're
His
talking about.
right foot is in the paint. Like, Wemby is literally too big for basketball.
Yeah, bro.
He's too big for, like, we literally run a, like, I love, listen. And I know you love this because, like, the Warriors are big on out-of-bounds plays. Mm-hmm. So whenever the Warriors used to, like, in their prime would get an out-of-bounds play, I'd be like, oh, yeah, something cool finna happen. We just throw the ball to him. We legit just throw the ball to him. Like, that is the play. Like, either you're going to grab him and he's going to get fouled or he's going to dunk the ball. Like, that's just a regular play we ran every single night, and nobody has an answer for it.
And this is where I'll end mine on Vic. I'm a Kobe fan. I'm a Brady fan. I'm a Mike fan. Your mentality is everything.
Oh, yeah.
Your mental toughness, your your drive, your work ethic is everything.
Yeah.
And he has it all and then some.
He's crazy.
He said he has a list of notes in his phone of questions to ask Kevin Durant and LeBron James.
Yeah.
And he had it of Jokic, but he already did it.
That's crazy.
Like, what are we? This is a different guy we're talking about.
Crazy, bro.
He's different.
Fam, listen. He lost a basketball game versus LeBron James, Steph Curry, Devin Booker,
Jason Tatum,
Tyrese Halliburton, Bam Adebayo.
Anthony Edwards.
Kevin Durant. He was crying after. He couldn't believe them niggas just lost. He couldn't believe them niggas lost, bro. That's the psycho nigga we are talking about.
Yes, bro.
Like,
yes.
He looked demon in the face.
Yes.
It was like, yo, we got it.
We good.
We got it, bro.
I got us.
Nicholas Batum, we good. We got you, nigga.
You guard Bron. You're good over there. I trust you. Like, what's happening? This nigga's crazy.
Dog, he is psycho. And he's one of them people, and listen, I don't know if it's because he's not from America, but it's no extra shit with Victor. Mm-hmm. It's no extra shit. Mm-mm. It's hoop. It's getting better.
And chess in New York City parks.
Yeah.
That motherfucker really 7'5".
7'5".
Like, imagine walking around being 7'5".
All right, man.
He's 7'5" and his arms are longer than they should be.
That
shit's scary.
Stop talking. Just forget it. All right. Before we get out of here, Stunning, any draft updates you want to give us? Any surprises you think may happen? We know the first 3 picks are going to be Cooper Flagg, R.J. Harper, and Dylan Harper. So sorry. Yeah. The first 3 picks would be Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, and
I think it's gonna be VJ Edgecombe.
VJ.
They say the draft starts at 3. With I think that's Charlotte.
No, Philly. Do you think
Philly at 3?
So the question I want to ask, because I asked you like 3. The main question I want to focus on right now is, what do you think happens with Ace Bailey, and why do you think he's going about the draft process like this?
I think he just want to go to a team where he can play. Like,
okay,
we see too many times when niggas prioritize winning over development. No, let me become who I think I can be.
Okay.
If we become a good team, cool, fuck it.
Right.
But I'm not finna. I don't care about winning a championship at 19, bro.
You shouldn't.
Like, I want to.
That's 26-year-old shit.
You feel me? Like,
that's 26-year-old
shit. Veteran shit, bro. I'm young. I'm trying to make so much money that can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm trying to score a lot of points.
Yeah.
I'll don't worry about the rest of that shit later. I just think his team trying to steer him to that. If I was San Antonio, I definitely would have. I would have drafted Ace Bailey.
You've been saying that.
But that's because I don't think.
I like him. I like Ace Bailey too.
I just don't think. I think Dylan Harper's cold. Don't get me wrong, and shit, he might be the second best player in the class. I just think they have too many point guards already.
That's why I like.
I like Steph. I thought Stephon Castle should have been number 1 pick last year. Like, I wanted the Hawks to either take him or Sarr.
You sure did.
So
I remember that.
Listen. I love De'Aaron Fox, but when niggas talk that Giannis trade, if we would have to move De'Aaron Fox to get Giannis and then we take Harper or something else, I would prefer that than the 3 guards.
Right.
I'm happy with the 3 guards because Wemby's the best player in the league. Like, we're gonna be good regardless.
And I think the 3 guards work because 2 of those guards are like bigger.
6'6", yeah.
6'5", 6'6" already. So
Exactly.
Dylan
6'5".
Yeah, he's 6'5".
Castle 6'6".
I love that.
But like, I would love Castle a lot more if he was playing point guard. Like, if he was a 6'6" point guard, I'd like it even more.
Yeah.
Like, I like Dylan Harper a lot, but like
I think
if they draft Ace Bailey, I would not hate it.
What do you think the chances are of San Antonio saying, you know what, let's just stay young, stay what we got. We got 3 potential all-star candidates. Let's trade De'Aaron Fox for wing pieces. Do you like that?
Depends who the wing is.
Okay.
Depends. I'm very like Like there's Jaylen Brown news floating around. Please no, please God, hell no.
Listen to me. So let's say you the general manager of the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay.
You get a phone call tomorrow. It's a 504 number.
Okay.
The Pelicans GM say, I'll give you Trey Murphy and Herb Jones. I give you for De'Aaron.
Okay.
14 and a future first.
He would never step foot in San Antonio again. He'd be at the airport so quick. He would.
They wouldn't have to finish Murk. They say Murk.
Yeah, hang on. Trey, listen, I love Trey Murphy and I love Herb Jones' defense. Like putting Herb Jones
next to Wemby,
next to
Stephon Castle.
Man.
All right, now let me do a caveat. Let me take same trade, but you take Trey Murphy off of it.
You can't do that.
Gotta get Trey.
You can't do that much for it because I think Trey Murphy is better than Herb Jones right now.
Yeah.
Well, you take Herb off.
Yeah.
You take Herb and it's just Trey coming back.
I really like Trey Murphy, bro.
I wouldn't give up the future.
I wouldn't give up.
I would give up De'Aaron 14, though.
Yeah.
Me too.
I would give up De'Aaron 14.
Completely agree.
Trey Murphy.
Completely agree. I think they should call it actual.
Yeah.
I don't see the point of having De'Aaron Fox on that team.
I don't think New Orleans would do it because I think they're going to take a point guard at 6. I think they're going to take Jeremiah Fears out of Oklahoma. Okay. He's my favorite point guard.
This is why I would tell you give Fox till Christmas. Because
De'Aaron Fox is cold. Like
he's very cold.
I don't want to make it like we said he asked.
And this is why De'Aaron Fox is uniquely equipped.
Okay.
Where if we have not seen the effect of De'Aaron Fox speed plus Wemby size yet.
Right. I was in the building for his first game against the Hawks.
Where he
that is nice.
Where him and Wemby can break the floor almost with how fast De'Aaron Fox moves and how much ground Wemby covers.
You got to see it. You got to see
it because you come into that game. I don't care who you are. I don't care who is your defense. You hedging on Fox? You got to because you're not catching him. You're not going over. You're not catching him.
Right.
You hedge. If you listen, Wemby literally sets the screen, pivots around. He's at the rim.
Yeah.
So who are you leaving?
Yeah.
So I really want to see them on the court together for a long stretch.
Okay. Yeah. I think you should. And now that you explain it like that, that's a great perspective. I agree with you. Keep it together at least until Christmas.
Yeah. Back to Ace Bailey though, I just think he's just trying to get somewhere where he can get some buckets. But a lot of people say like he been canceling workouts. I think he's trying to either work his way to Brooklyn or Washington. Mainly probably Brooklyn because they don't have shit. He can shoot as many times as he wants to. I don't really want him in Washington, honestly. Okay. Because I like what they building over there, and they got enough. I like Bilal Coulibaly a lot, and I feel like him and they just play the same position. And Ace isn't big enough to play the 4 in the NBA. Yeah, but he'll be cool in Brooklyn.
How do you feel about Charlotte?
I feel like him and Brandon Miller are a little redundant. Yeah, it'll work because they're both good.
Well, Brandon Miller got that. He got that like Paul George in where he want to play shooting guard too.
Yeah, Ace Bailey probably would too.
Yeah.
Like if somebody asks Ace Bailey who is your favorite player or who do you model,
it's Paul George.
He would probably say Paul George. Yeah. I think my favorite player in the draft class is Jeremiah Fears, the point guard I was just talking about.
I was about to say, why is he your favorite point guard?
Y'all know I like fast point guards.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just like niggas who get up and down the court real fast. Okay. Like John Moran, Russell. Y'all know Russell Westbrook, my GOAT.
Thanks.
I like Derek Queen out of Maryland. He's a big man, but he's like 6'10", super skilled, can score out of the ISO.
Where you think he going? Or where do they have him projected to go?
They got him going anywhere from 8 to 13.
Okay.
Who else I like? I like Trey Johnson a lot.
So what do you think we should do at 14?
I've heard Trey Johnson's name a lot. Roby is saying
a fucking bucket.
Roby is saying the Spurs should go Trey Johnson at 2 over Dylan Harper.
Trey Johnson is
Roby has been saying that
at 2.
Roby has been saying that since the draft talk started.
Trey Johnson was in Texas doing some disgusting shit. Trey Johnson is a bucket.
And I want to say,
trust Roby. Damn,
Roby has not missed on a draft.
Roby be right about shit.
Listen, I'm not capping. Shout out to that nigga Roby. He hasn't been wrong about an NBA draft prospect in 2 years. He came in the chat and told us about Reed Shepard from an AU tournament. Yeah. Like Roby really know what he's talking about. So I'm looking at that like he might be right.
The Hawks wanted. I think I said this last year around draft time, but the Hawks wanted to draft Reed Shepard because they think he's Stephen Curry.
I do remember that.
Yes,
you know
I remember you saying
sent
that.
It straight. They could have done it.
But what I was going to say, Trey Johnson is disgusting. Who else do I like? I like Carter Bryant out of Arizona. If he's there at 14, he would be the perfect pick for the Spurs. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's gonna make it past who's I know we were before y'all. We is in the Hawks. Chicago is before y'all. Houston, a lot of people say he could go to Houston because he's like a Big. He's Tari Eason, but light skin.
Do you think, because Philly wants to move up, Philly wants Harper, do you think that 2 pick, do you think it's possible one of those teams try to overpay and move up for that?
I don't know what Philly would give y'all.
That's true.
I don't like. Philly's trying to get off Paul George's contract, I think.
And they're not.
Yeah, he's not.
I think they're trying. I think they're going to end up moving down if they make any trade because they're trying. They're going to pay somebody. We'll come down.
Yeah,
but you're gonna have to take Paul George's contract off.
Listen, I'll take Paul George's contract. I need that nigga who blew his ACL from last year though. What's that light skinned nigga? McCann. Yeah, I need Jerry McCain though.
So
I'll take Paul George's contract. I need Jerry McCain though.
That boy bucket. So
tough.
So Philly. After Philly, the next 7 picks follow Charlotte, Utah, Washington, New Orleans, Brooklyn, Toronto, Houston. Which team would Philly most likely make a trade with out of that group? I say Brooklyn.
I'm not saying this because I'm a fan of the Hawks, but I have heard that the Hawks are willing to take that contract with Paul George and try to move up for the center from Duke.
Okay.
Baluwatch. He cool. But
what do you think about Walton Clayton Jr. from Florida?
He nice as hell.
He nice as fuck.
He just he an older prospect, so
yeah, they don't like
him.
Yeah.
He reminds me of the Dane Anthony Simons tree.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say he plays like them, but he has a little bit of that in his game.
Markelle Fultz, RIP, his shoulder.
Yeah. Damn.
6'2", I don't like that. 6'2", a little ass guard.
Yeah. He would be like a super 6 man.
Yeah.
A lot of people compare him to Peyton Pritchard though.
Okay.
Like they would say he would have to play that role to be successful in the league.
That's a solid role.
Yeah.
That shit nowadays that's $20 million a year.
Facts.
Shit.
Listen, you talked about SGA contract. When we pay Wemby, he's gonna be making $1 million a game.
I can see it.
He's gonna be making $1 million. He's gonna be making $82 million.
I can see it.
Like
No bullshit. I can see that.
Boy, that's stupid. Okay, so my final question for today is before I close with Hove. And we close with Hove. Excuse me. I know Ish love Hove. I don't know why I did that. That was selfish. You just said $82 million, bro. That's absurd.
That's a lot of money.
Do we get to a point where the NBA has to put a cap on how much these guys can make a year?
Yes.
you can't do it.
They have to.
You can't do it,
bro. If everything
just gonna make $1 million a game.
Can't do it. What you gonna tell? Listen, the NBA. Listen, the NBA PA is the worst PA across sports. Even you couldn't push that through. You can't because teams are making
the NFL is way worse. By the way, can't even let you get that off. The NFL be dying and they don't have guaranteed contracts.
Well, listen, but like the thing is, like there is no NFL PA for real. Like it's just Roger Goodell pretending this one.
Yeah,
like the NBA PA, like them niggas really got a fighting chance. Like they really changed the league.
Fair,
the NFL never changed. Like they're always the same.
I think the fact that the contracts are fully guaranteed though is why you have to put a cap on it, because it's not like we'll pay you $500 million, but only $250 of this guaranteed. No, if we be getting 82 a year, he's getting 82 a year. So that you go into a very dangerous place.
I don't see a point in this American society with people struggling the way they do. You can turn on ESPN and look and be like, Jason Tatum's final contract is 4 years for $400 million, and Jason Tatum getting $100 million a year to play basketball. I just don't see that happening.
Hey, work on that jumper.
I feel like
work on that jumper.
I hate to bring any darkness to anybody. If a Hawks player was to get $100 million a year, listen, buddy. You better never let me see you out in public.
You make $1 million a game. He better buy security. Like he better invest in
he better invest in some people who willing to lay down and die for him. Because somebody's gonna try you.
Listen. You saw that video of them niggas yelling at LeBron. Yeah. I've never seen a nigga more calm. Don't get crazy. That's a billionaire.
Like they've been talking about niggas not wanting to go to Memphis. I dare the Grizzlies to pay somebody $100 million a year. I double dog dare them to do that.
I think what you're saying is a good idea, but it's kind of like that thing.
It's like, how do you implement that though?
It's like the thing the Bengals are doing with that young niggas. Like, who gonna be the first nigga y'all tell no?
Yeah.
Who gonna be the first nigga y'all tell he just got $1 million a game that I can't get that?
I feel like
at some point the owners are gonna start like striking back though. Like, no, we're not giving you a max contract. Bro.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I think
this ain't the NFL.
I think that's what it is. So I'm gonna be honest. because of the collective bargaining agreement, the money. So if you guys don't know, let's explain this to the audience for a quick second. If you guys don't know, the way the collective bargaining agreement works is there is a TV deal. The teams get a percentage of that, and then the players get a percentage of that, and that is most of the bulk of where their contract comes from are the TV deals. If you guys are wondering how much the NBA's TV deal is, it is $76 billion, and it's probably a little bit more than that because they probably don't give you the full number. So we're talking around $80 billion for their TV rights. So they have a lot of money to give these players that earn this TV money, correct? Yeah. So that is why the players are deservingly getting this money. This is not me saying these players don't deserve this money.
Right.
I am saying I don't think rich white people in America are going to keep letting young black 25-year-olds get $100 million a year for playing basketball. I just don't see that happening as America. So that's my only point in this. So what I am, and this is my question, and this may happen already, but I could see a point where they stop giving you contract information, and that is the caveat. And they changed the All-NBA team to only first team can get the Supermax. So it's only 5 guys eligible a year for that, a $90 million, $100 million. Those are the two things I think
Beverly already started that, by the way, though. I'm not letting you know how much money he makes. Shout out to Real PB.
This is why I agree with you, but this is why I think it'll never happen.
Shout out my nigga PB.
I think the NFL owners are... First, the NFL owners are much more consistent, and then like a lot of the NFL owners have been NFL owners for like their entire lives, and their dad was the owner before.
Mm-hmm. Right.
A lot of the NBA owners, like the Nets owner, the Suns owner who destroyed the shit, like I don't think the NBA owners are nearly as tuned in with the day-to-day of the league as the NFL is, if that makes sense.
I agree with that, honestly, just from perspective.
And I think, and the other side of it is, I think you could get, in the NFL, you could get 30 owners to pressure them last 2 niggas. Mm-hmm. Robert Kraft get on the phone, like, hey, you should really do this, like they did with the Lamar shit.
Yeah.
I think you get 31 owners to be like, yeah, we will not give Giannis $100 million. And then Steve Ballmer's going to pick up that fucking phone and be like,
guess what the fuck I'm finna do?
I'm going to get that nigga $100 million to go fucking, like, I feel like it's always going to be 1 or 2 owners.
That's fair.
It's like, fuck it, bro. Like,
that's fair.
I just want to win.
Yeah. That's fair. All right. This has been episode 124. We are, 220. And the last thing we have to do is close with the GOAT.
Yes, sir.
ESTG.
Actually, Stunner, how'd you feel about the album? Because I talked about that last week. I love the album. I fuck with it.
Man,
that shit going, ain't it? Did you, because I was explaining to Ish, like the ESTG fan base was real mad with his last 3 or 4 projects because he went to that sing-songy shit a lot. Was you mad at that or you still fuck with that shit?
I was cool with it.
I was too.
This one was...
I heard a lot of niggas complain. I kind of fuck with that shit he be doing.
I haven't... His last project before this one was... it was hit or miss on a couple songs. But like... This last one, please.
No, that shit he just dropped. Yeah. Let me tell you, the song you posted today, I was listening to while you posted it. The When I'm Gone, I think it is.
Yeah.
That motherfucker right there, and it's the 10 through 14. I told you the songs on this album are the songs that were on a hard drive, so they hard to kind of say. But 10 through 14, Boss of All Bosses, 11 a.m. finished. I don't care no money.
On his head like Lamar Jackson.
Take my time.
The word he was dead. I just started laughing.
Yeah.
That's a bar, bro.
Nah, he's getting off on this album. You know, Stun is who I go to for my street nigga music because I'm in love. I be listening to R&B music throughout the house. So when I'm in that mode, when it's time to, when I get in the car by myself and pretend I'm single and shit, I be in that, I be in my street nigga.
Listen,
shit.
Unfortunately, Daniel, the trenches do not know Miley Cyrus.
Unfortunately, I can't ride through. I be on the west side sometimes. I can't ride through the west side listening to Jaded by Miley Cyrus and shit. So I gotta cut on my ESCG. That Starlito Don Trip project, crazy. That's my second favorite project that's come out this year. I haven't cut that bitch off since I could turn it on. But yeah, that ESTG project is dumb.
That shit is disgusting.
That shit dumb.
Shout out to ESTG. Shout out to George, man. Shout out to George.
Shout out to name me your songs whatever the fuck you want to, too.
Bruh, shout out to that. That nigga put that bitch on the hard drive and said, put that in the dish.
He literally just dropped the album, too. Like, he didn't do no promo for it.
It's not mixed either. That album is not mixed at all.
He just put it out. Fuck it.
I fuck with it.
I'm not gonna lie, though. I think artists are trying to get off of CMG.
Oh, artists trying to get off any label.
Because Lil Papa signed to CMG too, and he was like, he said something like he just dropping music so he could like get off the album.
Get off the deal,
ESCG, like he literally just dropped the album 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And they just dropped another one out of nowhere. I think they're trying to get off their label.
Well, the thing is, like, the labels are restructuring, but they're firing all the niggas who signed these artists.
Right, and the nigga who goddamn everybody was closest to on CMG was Big Jug, and he ended up passing away. So that could be.
And I was about to say, bro, usually when you see the big influx of, oh my God, 7 niggas done signed to CMG in 2 years, usually 4 of them niggas gonna be trying to get off that label in 2 years because it's not enough money for all of them. Exactly. You gonna learn
especially
that, like,
when it's a rapper led.
Yeah, especially when it's a rapper led label, because that means that's the second label.
Right.
Like, might be the third label. Like it was
signed to a nigga. Signed
exactly.
To a nigga,
like Young Money was the third label. It was Universal, it was Cash Money, then it was Young Money. It was a third label. So CMG might be layered, just structured just like that. So it's not a surprise they trying to get off that label.
Shit sounded hard in the songs though. Cash Money, Young Money.
Yeah, that's
fuck the other side.
YMCMB went crazy.
Yeah, that shit was tough.
that shit took the hood by storm. But only right we close with the GOAT, man. It's just so funny as you get on Twitter because Hov don't talk. That's the best thing about Hov.
That's a fact.
Is real GOATs, real niggas. They don't gotta say nothing. They let the work, they let the audience, they let the music do the talking. Hov don't say shit. Y'all be saying he not international. Y'all be saying Ray Daniels said Bow Wow was a bigger superstar than Hov.
Jesus Christ.
Which is some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Shout out like Mike.
Shout out Ray Daniels, my dog.
Shout out like Mike.
Shout out Bow Wow.
Shout out to Bow Wow.
Did we ever figure out if Like Mike was the trenches?
Huh?
No, it's not. That's not a hood movie. Bow Wow. I mean, Like Mike is not a hood movie.
It absolutely is. You crazy.
Like Mike is not a hood movie.
That nigga was an orphan. How much worse can your life get?
Them niggas said the house was 1.2 million. It's 15 people in there. What do you mean? Like, yeah.
That's not a hood movie.
Them niggas 15 deep in that.
Matter of fact, this
that was an orphanage. That's not a house. A house isn't an orphanage, nigga. What the fuck?
This what y'all need to take.
That nigga sleeping 6 to a room and shit.
This what y'all need to put up for a poll. Is Like Mike is not a hood movie.
Yes, it is. It's Like Mike a hood classic. Y'all let us know in the comments.
60 seconds. Is Like Mike a hood movie?
No.
Yes.
No.
It absolutely is.
It's a cult classic. It's a black classic. It's not a hood movie.
Listen,
it is.
Calvin Cambridge was
Every black movie is not a hood
The
movie.
shoes was on the clothesline
Fam.
on the power line for a motherfucking reason.
Fam, they were going
Because the white boy threw him up there. They were bullying him.
Nigga,
They were going
it's a sign. It's a
Hey,
sign,
it's a
nigga.
sign.
They were going through Goodwill donations to them. The Goodwill was donating clothes to them.
Is Like Mike even a black movie? Like,
Yes.
that's a universal
That's
film.
Morris Chestnut and Lil Bow Wow. What
That's a
more do you want,
That's
my
a
nigga?
universal
That's the best
movie. I don't
Morris
know if
Chestnut
that's not a hood movie though. I'm letting y'all know that right now.
You crazy as a motherfucker. Lil Bow
So
Wow.
is Like Mike 2 a hood movie?
It's Like Mike 2 Street Ball.
Yes.
I
It's more hood than Like Mike 1.
I love Like Mike 2 Street
I
Ball.
love Like Mike 2.
Like Mike 2 Street Ball.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
Mike 2
That's
Street
more of a
Ball.
hood movie than Like Mike 1 is.
Listen,
So
I don't
we
know.
did-
Hell no.
2 for 2, nigga.
No,
NBA.
2 for 2, nigga.
No. He
We
was
2
in
for
the
2, nigga.
NBA.
Like Mike 2 cannot be a hood movie. Them niggas was living in the suburbs.
He was in the NBA.
Listen, he was broke. Listen, he wasn't getting paid though. He wasn't getting none of that bread.
He was in.
He wasn't
the
getting nothing.
NBA.
This was
He
before the SGA
ordering-
contracts, nigga.
He was ordering room service. You don't order room service.
The team was paying for that.
That was a team game.
Exactly. So he wasn't in the hood.
He was an orphan.
The nigga-
What more do you want?
Listen. Okay, listen. This is the end of the 60 seconds. But Calvin Cambridge, at 8 years old, was at the Staples Center at 1 a.m. selling chocolate bars, nigga. He is in the trenches.
He could afford. He could afford tickets to the game. That's
The
not a
coach
hood
gave him to him for
movie.
free.
That's not.
They
a
did
hood-
not. Listen,
The whole orphanage went. They had a little bread.
the coach gave him
They
the
was
ticket.
they was somewhere. They had some money somewhere here.
That's how I know
like
they
this.
was in the trenches. How many?
Then they had the fake ass Fresh Prince of Bel-Air family come up there. Hell no, that's not no hood movie.
I end
man.
it like this.
How many poor Asians do you
Is
know?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air a hood show? No.
Yes.
Fuck no.
If a little nigga,
The first episode is.
if a little nigga walked through this door right now and
Right.
sat down
And watched.
and told us about how at 6 years old he got
Right.
superpowers and busted Kobe Bryant ass in the NBA, that's a hood classic.
That's not a hood
That's a hood
movie.
classic. What you talking about?
Fam, that
What you
nigga-
talking about?
fam,
That's a very stupid plot.
Listen, the Boondocks.
Yeah.
The Boondocks made a whole cutscene about fucking Calvin Cambridge busting Shaq ass.
Since we're talking about Like Mike, let's get to the nitty gritty. The plot of that movie is so fucking stupid.
Dumb as fuck,
no
bro.
way.
It's so goddamn
See,
stupid.
look.
That's the dumbest plot
look,
ever, bro.
look.
You know what? It might be a hood movie. The plot of that movie is crazy,
Look,
bro.
niggas are shit on the Like Mike plot, but not the ATL plot. Like,
What?
No.
What?
No, this is over. The show was over.
The ATL
Shout out to
was
Hov
way worse
performing
than
niggas in Paris and Paris.
Was that report about Jay-Z and the Super Bowl?
No, it's not
Okay.
real. He's not the favorite yet. But to bring it back to what Daniel wanted to end with, shout out Hov came out to Beyonce's tour. Mm-hmm. First
Cowboy Carter tour.
First
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
His wife is Beyonce. Let's just throw that out there one more
His
time.
wife is Beyonce, and he's a billionaire.
And he was in Paris.
And
he has the most famous song about Paris. Niggas in Paris.
Is Jay-Z one of the greatest black people of all time? Y'all just named him.
No, Jay-Z is the.
He's the.
He's greatest?
He's the.
You could put Jay-Z on the list of greatest people ever, and I
Yes.
wouldn't argue with you.
Yes.
Like him, Einstein, Michelangelo, like Jay-Z on that list of niggas.
It's Hov, Braun, and Denzel Washington for me. Those are
one of the
that's
first
Mount
things.
Rushmore.
One of the first things we ever did was who has the best life in the world.
It's Hov.
Hov, Braun.
It's Braun.
It's Hov.
It's Braun.
It's Hov.
It's Braun.
But this is my thing. I think that question comes down to: would you rather be an athlete or a rapper? I would rather be a rapper.
I think it comes down to: would you rather be married to Beyonce or would you rather be LeBron?
The reason I say it's Braun, and y'all not gonna like the reason I say it's Braun. I think his wife looks better than Beyonce.
You're out of your mind.
I think his wife.
Okay, let me not say that. Savannah James is one of the most
looks better. Listen. I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
It's not a landslide either way.
I'm with you with Savannah looks.
That was my fault.
I'm with you with Savannah looks. But listen, that's Beyonce.
But like, and LeBron has had a loyal wife since he was 16. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but that's Beyonce.
Beyonce been loyal to Hov since she was in Crazy in Love video. Shot. That's 2000.
Listen, Lil Wayne and Jay-Z had rap beef. He said, "You don't have my lady money."
That's a great
He
point.
said that to Birdman, not Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne didn't say he had more money than Hov. Now I don't want y'all to keep. My boy been going through it these past few weeks. I gotta save all grace.
Jay-Z paid that nigga taxes.
Are y'all gonna put the Carter 6 poster here?
Nah, Daniel got the vinyl in here somewhere.
Where's that at?
Daniel got the C6 vinyl in here.
Listen,
Hey, that shit on the wall.
the Carter 6 I got, the Carter 6 in my phone go hard, so I ain't tripping on the Carter 6.
Listen. I'm gonna let you skate with this. Because Daniel version of the Carter 6 is kind of like Cardi B album coming out in a month. Like Daniel got songs from 2024 on his Carter 6.
All right. Last point I'm gonna make. Should Lil Wayne apologize to Young Thug because the Barter 6 is better than the Carter 6?
No, you can't try to kill me and then expect me to apologize.
Apologize for
You tried to kill me.
Apologize for what?
You flooded my tour bus with bullets.
That's alleged. That's alleged. We're not gonna put
That is alleged.
We're not gonna put no attempted murders on nobody.
Nope, especially not if he should be the Rico.
You know what I'm saying?
But
It's
yes.
double jeopardy.
But no, he ain't apologizing for shit. How you steal my name and then I apologize?
It's barter.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. When I
He tried to call that shit Carter 6 for real.
when I
That is hilarious.
listen, when I go to sleep at night, when I think about the Carter series and I think about the 6th one,
It's the barter.
it's gonna be Barter 6. I ain't gonna lie. But also,
maybe Wayne should have embraced him a little bit more. You know?
nah, you can't.
They
Embrace
do
him.
now. They drop music together all the time.
Yeah,
Shout out to Wayne and Thug.
Thug rap too good. You can't embrace that nigga too
Shout out
much.
to Wayne, man.
Nigga
Damn,
might-
man.
nigga might
He
turn
should've
into-
kept that bullshit in the tuck.
He should have, man. He should have. He fucked up with that one. But hey, shout out to Thug. Crazy performance
Shout out to
yesterday.
Jay-Z, too.
That Thug performance was nuts.
Niggas still jumping in the crowd. Yeah, that shit's
What
crazy.
the fuck wrong with that nigga? He was tripping.
That's a huge nigga.
He don't know
man.
they sue. He don't know they sue now.
That nigga like 6'5".
That nigga big as
Nigga big as shit.
Listen, I know niggas watching it, viewers, if you can physically see me, like, yo, listen, I'm a big nigga. Don't jump in no crowd I'm in. Don't jump in no crowd I'm in. I'm getting right
I'm
out
the
the way.
littlest nigga in the crowd.
Bruh,
You better
yeah,
not
listen,
jump on me.
I'm not.
You better hope the nigga behind me really a fan.
You are
I'm
a
not
grown man.
fucking
If you
catching-
think I'm finna hold you up by your drawers, you got me fucked
Hey,
up. I mean,
Because at some point your hands gotta touch his ass.
I'm a cool.
Your hands gotta touch
I'm
his
a
ass.
cool ass real nigga. I ain't touching no.
Imagine you, like, I'm supposed to look up, and in my mind, it's like, I got this gas in my hand, and you just jumped in the crowd. Like, am I gonna put you over this? Like, with me?
Fuck
no.
you think you are, nigga? I'm still me now. Like the fuck,
Then you
jumping on me
you
and
gotta
shit.
pass them back. You gotta coordinate this shit.
And if you're jumping into the crowd, and I'm that close, the tickets wasn't cheap. Get your ass back up there and
So now I gotta work for
Yeah.
these tickets
to show over. Nigga, get your ass back up there. Like, you jump on me after the
man.
show, I'm gonna throw your ass back on stage.
Hey, I'm gonna pull you down. I'm gonna hold your ass here for
Lumberjack
ransom.
match.
Y'all better give me 100,000 if I let this
listen.
nigga go back up here. Shit.
Listen, I'm gonna start making requests. Hey, DJ, play this next one. I'm gonna put him back up there.
Send this nigga back, man. Send this nigga back.
God.
Hell nah. But again, shout out to Hov, bro. That shit looked insane, bro. He just did different. They did say though, the Paris, Beyonce and Jay-Z's love story is built in Paris. A lot of their best moments as a couple happened in Paris. I only know that from the Beyonce fan.
Crazy aura.
Crazy aura though. So they said the rumor is Atlanta is the next city to get it like that. Pause. Like Paris got Hov, Paris got Miley Cyrus, and Paris got one other person. So they're saying Atlanta is the next city that's gonna get some big ass. So I'm excited. She got 4 or 5 shows in Atlanta. I think she do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday.
Hopefully she bring Cardi out.
Hopefully she bring out the rest of Destiny Child and sing "Girl." Girl,
but
I can tell you, man.
If they do that, I'm gonna break down. Stunner just said my dream. He do that shit, I'll break down crying in this motherfucker.
Shout out Beyonce, man.
Girl,
I can't wait. What a pod, though.
Yeah.
I just want y'all to know, y'all, this time we about to end this pod is usually when we starting. So this feels crazy. And we ain't ended a pod this early in probably 6 months.
Bro.
We've been working, though. Man. I went ask for it no different, man. Stunning, appreciate you for pulling up, man.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
Of course,
Thank
man.
y'all
Anytime. Y'all know what it is, man. We are the show about nothing. This is episode 124. Shout out to Bean. Rest in peace to the God. 2.5 hours for you off the finals, all sports, because we real niggas, man. We had to get it out the way, because this summer, I told y'all the Patreon is coming. You don't know what's been finna be on that Patreon. We finna have Stunner coming up here talking about his whole stories. Like, we finna get into
that's
it.
a fact.
Nah, we finna have some fun this summer. We finna have some fun this summer.
Listen, and I'm gonna say this now. Listen, we're not leaving no names out. Sub, nigga.
Hear me.
Listen. When I tell y'all
don't nobody text my phone when I get to tell these stories neither. Y'all know I got them.
Way too much about us. I'm telling you, we finna give it up on that Patreon game. We finna give it up over there. So y'all tap in. This Patreon will be out at the end of this week or early next week. So y'all subscribe for that. It's just gonna be a little.
Please don't judge me.
And
Please.
You should see most of our catalog on there from episode, like, I think I'm going to talk to Ish about it, probably go from like 80-ish and put the rest of the episodes up. So you'll have our whole catalog on there, all of the new episodes, and then the Patreon. And then if you're a Patreon subscriber, the episode comes out a day earlier, so you'll get it earlier. But we'll explain this more as it goes on. This is episode 124. Rest in peace to Bean, Ish, Rock, Stunner. In a world full of hate, let your light be loved. In an industry full of copycats, we some one-of-ones.